Yeah.
What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello.
Good son.
Good dad, bad son, man.
Hmm. Already.
Okay. All right, we live. All right, let's go.
Yeah, I thought we went on the how we usually do the countdown, but it's all good. You know, we do this. We jump right into it. What up, Will?
What's happening?
What up, B?
What up?
We got a special guest in the building tonight.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's give a round of applause to Nora, all the way from New York. Hey, Nora.
How you doing?
Welcome to the platform. Welcome to the platform. We're
Thank you
very
for
gracious to
having
have you here.
That's
Thank
my
you
little
for
sister.
having me.
Yo,
What's up?
Do the sponsors right quick.
Well, one time we're gonna shout out Loud Cup. Shout out to the guys from Loud Cup. What we have here, it's a nice cup. It keeps your whatever you're drinking on at room temperature. Never gets too hot, never gets too cold. And get what? Get what I can do? Stop shit. Yeah, stop. You hating? You telling? I'm gonna stop your ass. Blow the cup on their head. Loud Cup. Shout out y'all, man. We appreciate y'all.
That shit loud too.
Yeah.
Nah, it is.
It's for the racetracks. It's made for the racetracks. They got them all over the racetrack.
Who else we got?
Oh, okay. Oh, we're splitting it up, but we got mom water and dad water. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Bryce. Shout out to Jill. Shout out to Neil, our Atlanta representative. We appreciate you. It's gluten free. It's about 90 calories. So if you're on your weight loss journey, it's perfect for you. It's the mom water is a water infused vodka with fruits, and the dad water is a water infused tequila with fruits. They all got their own special names. You know what I mean? My favorite on the dad side is Steve. I'm looking at Sandy. Sandy looking good right now. She got hips and shit. You know what I mean? She got a nice rat. So I'm looking at Sandy. I might hit her next. But drink mom water, drink dad water on all social media platforms. We appreciate y'all.
All right, we got that out the way. What we getting into tonight?
I got a few topics, but I'm gonna pop the topics out on y'all, man, so I can get a live reaction. And Nora's gonna be our new CFR.
I'm going down.
Nora's gonna be our spokesperson when it comes to the council, foreign relations.
Okay.
You know what's going on in the world, man. Nora, what you want to start with?
We could get right into Palestine. I mean, I guess it would be Palestine and Syria because they're kind of the same war right now.
Now, what you told me earlier, I ain't gonna lie, I had no idea that they dropped the bomb. You said on Syria?
Yeah, last
and it was like, and it registered as an earthquake, 3.6.
3.6 earthquake, and they're not supposed to even be anywhere near Syria. The zone that they're in has been demilitarized for 50 years by the UN. And what the UN is saying, stop, please, and they just ignore them.
So homeboy he's not even listening to the UN at all. Then he's just doing what he was named,
Netanyahu.
He don't care. He just renegade style.
He went there and made a whole speech. When they first went in there, they said it was going to be temporary, and they were just trying to guard the border of Israel to make sure none of the rebels that America funded move into Israel. And then 2 days later, he says, no, this is going to be more permanent because now we need to completely destroy every military appliance that they have, tanks, bases. They just need to make sure that Syria has absolutely no military equipment left, which is just insane that any country can do that to another country. Just take away because they're scared. They need protection.
How are they able to get away with that, though, with the whole world watching in 2024?
It's just been almost a year and a half of this, and every important international body, like the ICJ judgment, like everything has been in favor of Palestine. There's countries like Ireland that are actually doing real shit to kind of move this, move towards a solution. Like they've removed the Israeli embassy, they stopped doing any relations with them. But the problem is most countries are just pursuing money, and even the Arab countries that was supposed to be standing by Palestine the whole time, the Muslim Ummah, all these thoughts that we had 50 years ago. Now it's like, no, Saudi Arabia gonna go where the money is. The Emirates gonna go where the money is. Every country in that region that has money has sold Palestine out. What can you do without money? Somebody just
I was gonna ask you that too. Why? Because to me, I can't correct me if I'm wrong. I would think the Muslim Muslim people would be wealthier than the Jews.
There's too much division among Muslims. Muslims and America fostered that division. The whole Shia, Sunni, Durzi, Ala. Like there's like so many denominations now. It never used to be like this. Like even the most big, like long-lasting division was kind of like the Shia Sunni, but it was never a war between them. They just had different beliefs, and it was a subset of Islam. Now Sunni doesn't even believe that Shia is a Muslim. They call them infidels, and they just created all this division. Iran, like just meddling between countries that were Muslim but not that Muslim to make us fight again, divide and conquer, and now this.
That's basically just a worldwide thing. Then
Same
thing they did to us.
I'm gonna say sound like
You
an
know what I'm
American
saying?
thing.
Yeah, it's just. That's just mankind then. That's just mankind gonna be mankind then. That's what we do.
That's the plan.
America gonna be America. The thing is, it's just the powerful countries. Like the Middle East is just the playground for Russia and America to fight over who's gonna be the biggest superpower. Nobody gives a fuck about the other billion countries. It's just a big fight between the big two. And this is the playground. Syria now is like up for grabs. Who the most powerful is gonna get it. The people that ended up overthrowing their dictator were only able to do that because America funded them. And who did America fund? People that are still marked as terrorists in America to this day. So why is America giving weapons and money to people that they designate as terrorists?
Who is marked as terrorists still that they're funding?
It's like an Al-Qaeda linked terrorist group. It's called Hayat al-Shams. It's like it used to be kind of a subset of Al-Qaeda. But
and they're linked to Israel?
They were the rebel parties that overthrew the dictatorship of Syria. And they've been trying to do this since the civil war started in 2011. Like the current dictatorship before it was overthrown, it was a half a century. It was the father first, who was like a total dictator, had everybody that ever said any word against him immediately locked up forever. No charges, no nothing, just thrown into a dungeon. And they ruled Syria like that for 50 years. And now all of a sudden they managed to overthrow this dictator. In 4 days, they already had the capital. Because America gave them so much. And now who? Like the terrorists are going to run Syria? No, America just made it so the dictator ran to Russia now. And there's nobody left to rule Syria. So Israel's going to probably scoop in. Israel already has probably a 15th of Syria. They have the Golan Heights. They took that in 1967. Now they can just keep encroaching on these territories until they have like half the Middle East.
So they just want to take all the land, basically.
Yeah. They took part of Jordan. They took part of Syria. They took part of Egypt. In 1967, the Arabs lost every single war. Israel can it's a very clear example of just a colonial country taking land in broad daylight. Everybody knows. And it's just we can't do anything about it because America just wants that.
Because they took a playbook from America, a page out of America's playbook.
Yeah, and there's just so much the Jews are a strong people. They're united. They have a common goal. They're also united by the atrocity that did happen to them, like the whole post-Holocaust, the way that the Jews got to where they are now, considering they were literally being thrown in ovens 60 years ago. That was not an easy feat. They were very united. They had a common trauma, a common struggle. Their biggest thing is never again. This can't happen. Obviously, it led some of them to do some fucked up shit to some people, but that's why they were so successful at it. They were just goal-oriented and had nice support in nice places.
That's the playbook: divide and conquer, and that's been since the beginning of the time, right?
So that's a fact.
So basically, you think the Jews are more united than the Muslims? Because aren't the Jews kind of divided too, though?
Really?
I guess they common goal is to get to destroy.
I'm about to say, even if they don't like each other, they know what the end goal
That's
is.
a fact. Yeah. They gonna stay on the same page.
Even abroad, when you see Jewish immigrants, you're not most Jewish immigrants that I know have a Jewish baker, a Jewish dentist, a Jewish doctor, they keep shit tight within their communities. They're not supporting anybody outside their community for no reason. Muslims don't go to Muslim bakeries and Muslim dentists, and it's much less prevalent, that mentality.
So the Jewish community circulate their dollar
around.
Well, we know that already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We know they do that in America. So But why is it that I guess Iran is involved, but why the Prince in Saudi Arabia and Dubai, them guys with all these billions of dollars, why they don't help? I'm sure if they got involved, they could simmer this shit down because America needs them too. Or you think they're just so scared of America that they don't want to get involved? They don't want no parts of it.
I think America since like World War II, America's strategy in the Middle East has been like very intelligent. Like they're not like Iran. The way that they kind of used the Arab world to make certain, like they formed the alliance with Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates. They formed that alliance like in the 90s. Like they immediately chose the strongest allies at an early point, and they to Saudi Arabia, it's just not a smart it's not a smart business decision to support Palestine. If they free Palestine, the Jews, like it just all goes back to America's interests. If
no one wants to join the losing team.
Yeah, and America just set itself up in a position where they have everybody kind of tied to them in certain ways, where if you have to be a revolutionary to actually cause real change. Like the people in Saudi Arabia have to just revolution. We don't give a fuck about and it's like it's unlikely. That's not a common thing. Like we need a new revolutionary in a country that has money to get us to that point.
They'll never do it then.
They're just motivated by money now.
Yeah, they'll never do it. Too much money involved.
Yeah, we haven't had a good Arab revolutionary in so long, like probably 3 decades.
So then a revolutionary war is a broke man's war.
Yeah.
That's a broke man's battle.
Yeah, when
you're rich, you ain't got nothing to fight for.
When the average person gets sick of it and decides to stand up.
Yeah.
So what's the answer then? What's the answer, Nora? There isn't one, huh?
Revolution.
That's it. And that's I don't see them winning.
Yeah, like I think what Palestinians have been doing right now is like the fact that we've even continued this war, and like the mentality in this war has just been like, we already lost so much, we lost so many people, we lost so much land, let's just stick it out till the end and hope that we can just, like, that was the whole logic behind it. We knew we weren't going to win. Like when Hamas did their first attack, they didn't expect to win. They just wanted to cause social change. They just wanted to fuck shit up so that somebody will start giving a fuck about an issue that's kind of now like it's old news. Like it's been almost a century now. So they just wanted to kind of get things moving again. And maybe that's
I was just watching something and Homeboy said this was a 1,000-year war.
Yeah, that's when the Jews say it started, when God told them that that's their land.
There go the brothers right there.
Yeah. Hi.
Teflon Don and King B.
They got that light right too.
Yeah.
They got that thing right.
Yo, what's up? What's up?
Welcome.
Yeah.
What's up, brothers?
Hey guys, that was a great, interesting conversation, but I didn't hear anybody say anything about the stockpile of nuclear weapons that Syria is doing.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So I'm just curious about how does that fit in this whole scheme of things if they are not going to play in the same sandbox with everybody else in the world and try to become a nuclear power when nuclear weapons is not something that that anybody want to really be a part of. I didn't hear anything about that aspect. So when you start looking to whether anybody want to help or play a certain role, they got to think about what are they promoting and what are they sponsoring when they do that. Or do we supposed to jump in and sponsor someone who's supposed to have given up their nuclear weapons program but secretly continued to do so? I'm just curious. That would be my question.
I think from outside of America, the common perception is really like, why does America think God left it in charge of nuclear weapons? Because God didn't. Like when they went to Iraq because of the chemical weapons, like who left you in charge for you to go off on a hunch, destroy a country to shreds, and then say, you didn't find the weapons? And the same thing with Syria.
Where did that happen at? Because I don't think we came into Syria and tore up a country.
I'm talking about Iraq.
Oh, well, when we found Iraq, if you look at what Iraq was doing, I don't know. I don't know whether we found it in nuclear weapons or not, but they were not playing in the same sandbox either.
They ain't find nothing over there.
They found nothing.
Nothing.
Well, that's probably what we were told by the administration that went over there. That was during the Bush administration, if I remember correctly. And everybody got kind of upset because they thought he embellished what was going on in that country. But I haven't seen too many things going on around the world since we found Saddam Hussein and all those guys over there. I haven't seen any Twin Towers being blown down. I haven't seen any airplanes being flown into any buildings. So I'm not sure whether it was truly embellished or whether it was a method to a cause. But I'm not here to try to defend that we do everything right. But I'm certainly don't want to leave out what other countries are doing too. And the role that they play in this whole big scheme of what we call the world. We can't forget about, again, nobody made us the police over nuclear weapons. But I can tell you this, if the wrong administration get their hands on nuclear weapons, we all got a problem. So that's why it's an issue. It's an issue everywhere. It ain't just an issue whether or not we're looking at Middle Eastern countries. It's an issue with, do we have too many? And quite frankly, Russia has the most. So when we start talking about powers, when we start talking about world powers, if you got the most nuclear weapons, you could theoretically be called the most powerful country.
But I think at this point it's just coming to, like, it's just genocide at this point when it comes to the Israeli and Palestine conflict.
Yeah,
the Palestinians ain't got no nuclear weapons over there.
Well, Israel is doing that, and this country has always backed Israel. So of course, everybody looks at the most powerful country and say that we playing a role in that. But they share the border over there. They share the Gaza Strip. They went over into Israel and massacred and raped women in the open in front of their children too, and they didn't think it was going to be a war after that.
I ain't gonna lie.
Think it was going to get ugly after that.
I ain't gonna lie.
I'm not taking any side. I'm not taking any side now, because you still should let the humanitarians things go on in the Gaza Strip. That should happen. But you got some terrorists over there that's living in the basement underneath the people that they supposed to be supporting and taking care of. So how do you get to them when you in caves? If I'm underneath your house doing a crime and they got to get to me, they got to get through you to get to me. So guess what everybody in the world looks to? They look for the people of a country to stand up against the lawlessness that's going on and push those kind of people out of the way so they can get the aid that they need to. So,
what you was gonna say, BJ?
No, I'm gonna let Nora answer that.
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack here. So first of all, there is not one video you can bring me of a woman, a Palestinian, raping a woman. Every single claim that they have made, and I clearly hear you regurgitate things that I've seen on CNN that a week later somebody took back.
Yeah, it was fake news.
Brains of people. The rapes have been confirmed as completely false. No rapes took place.
Okay.
What happened is just you're taking a chunk of time, 2024, and putting it in a vacuum, and you're ignoring how this whole war started. How Palestinians, how my grandfather woke up one day and 200,000 Jews were shipped into his country in one day and kicked him out of his house, and that's how
I saw that.
So then you're gonna tell me 60 years later we think you raping this and that, and I'm gonna tell you no, shut up about the rape. Go back 60 years ago and tell me about how my grandfather was kicked out with his kids in his hand.
So I don't think any wrong make it right. But we can't ignore anything else. And believe me, I'm not sitting here feeding what I read or hear on CNN. Okay, if you're telling me that what I heard was a forest, was a made up story of all of that took place on last October. If that's what you're telling me, then you're right. I have no ground to stand on.
It was full of inaccuracies. It wasn't a total farce. There were bits of truth here and there, but obviously Western media this is going to be in the propaganda section of a history book 200 years from now.
Hey,
our kids are going to learn about it.
Hold on. Let me say this, because I'm in the middle, right?
You don't have a dog in the fight.
No, listen.
I don't have no dog in the fight either.
They did. We just talking.
Wow.
They did clarify that the chopping of the babies' heads and the rapes and all that. They did clarify that was false. That was fake news. Now the rapes that we actually do see, and the torture and torment that we do see, is the Israeli soldiers doing it to the Palestinian men. They're actually raping the Palestinian men. And they're not hiding it.
Sodomizing them. They're
They're not hiding
sodomizing them
that.
as a legal form.
We seen
In
that.
court, they had
I've
a
seen that.
session about it. They had a whole debate about whether sodomizing Palestinian prisoners is legal. Imagine in America today, we go to court and they're debating whether you can shove a stick up a prisoner's ass. And that's a valid legal debate in the Supreme Court of Israel. Like, if you dig into the depth of it, it's insane that America could support any country debating whether we could sodomize prisoners. But you made a valid point. I understand that America may have terrorist targets that they want to target. The thing is, when America is dealing with white terrorists that are shooting up schools, America doesn't just throw a bomb at the school or throw a bomb at the state and be like, problem
That's a
done.
good point, Nora.
Terrorists. In Israel, when they wanted to kill the leader of when they wanted to kill the leader of Hamas,
all right, I give up. This is getting good.
I can't even speak on it because this is getting good. I'm learning from her. You know what I mean? I'm learning. This is good information.
And then after they
let
miraculously
and then Teflon Don could go after.
So everything that we hear that's pro-American is fake news. And everything that we hear, I'm just saying, it really sounds.
We're not saying that.
And everything that we hear that America does to other countries and allow to happen, that's a fact.
It's not America doing it.
But I was just care to mention. I was just care to mention. This is my last 30 seconds. I take in more news content across the board from any news. I work from home all day long. My TV stay on the news. So if there was some news that came out that showed that everything that happened in last October was fake, I missed it. I don't even know where I must have been under a rock. I haven't heard anybody say what took place over there, and the bodies that they're bringing back right now fake. My 30 seconds up, but you know what?
Al Jazeera News. Do you watch Al Jazeera? Arab News.
Let me ask you this. Hold on. What news channel you watching?
Yeah. So that's gonna play a role. Look, I understand what I'm being force fed. I understand that. I understand that there are biases in every platform. I get that. But guess what? If I wouldn't be on here, if I wasn't enough to be able to decipher that, I just want to make that clear. I know CNN gonna have a slant. I know MSNBC gonna be pretty much like they are, and I know Fox gonna have theirs. I know Newsnet gonna have theirs. On and on. I get it, but I can tell you this though: history don't lie, and all you gotta do is look at it. All you gotta do is look at it for the facts that it are. Why has it been so much bloodshed in the Middle East for the last 50, 60 years without America? Without us being anywhere around. Why the same people from the same countries that right next door to each other can't get along?
Let her answer.
Because America has not.
My 30 seconds up anyway.
America has
America.
The thing is, you talk about history.
Get them, Nora.
The history is learned in America different, but the history that we see, America is the villain in every story.
Of course.
Because the most powerful country is likely to be villainous for one. Like you're about the other point that you were making. When they wanted to kill the leader of Hamas, after they wiped out and carpet bombed all of Gaza, made it unrecognizable. When they wanted to kill the leader, they found him in a residential building in Lebanon, in the capital city in Beirut. And they managed to bomb him inside the residential building with insane technology that did not make the whole building crumble. It only made one floor. He was the only one that died in the whole building. Because they have that technology. They have technology.
So why don't we use that all the time, as you're saying? That's your
because
point.
We're invading countries. We're not trying to kill terrorists. We're invading countries for their land, for their resources.
We're just the worst people in the world, aren't we?
We're thieves. Yes, we are. And I'm American. I got the passport.
I don't feel that way at all.
Land, then we're stealing oil. Where is Iraq's oil? Where is Iraq's oil?
I don't feel that way at all.
You think they left Iraq with the oil over there? They left Iraq with the oil over there. They didn't do nothing.
Bar none.
You need to download the Jazeera News because Arab News tells you.
No, I don't. No, I don't, because it has its own slant too. Why would I go watch another news that got its own slant?
Because why do you think your country?
Why do I think my country is what?
Why do you have this belief that your country is being honest to you and the media can be believed and it's a good?
I think everybody lies.
Democracy is.
I think everybody lies. They cover themselves and they do what they do. No, I'm not naive. I'm not naive. Let's get it. Let's get
Not a
it
naive
right
thing,
now. So I'm just letting you know. I don't think
Hey.
everything that come out of Washington D.C. is the truth.
Hey.
I don't think that at all.
You
I don't
was
think that at all.
naive enough to believe that them people flew the planes into the Twin Towers when America actually set that up.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you're right. I am gullible then, because I definitely believe that's what they did.
America
You're
set that
right.
up.
That's exactly what I understand. I done heard all the conspiracy
And they
theories.
killed the person.
We set it up to make everybody feel
They
a certain
did.
way.
They killed the
America
whole
America definitely set that up.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all. Come on.
That's why. Okay. That's why. Out of how many Jewish people worked in the Twin Towers? They said like 3,000.
Wow.
Not one Jew was in the building
None of
that
them
day.
came to work.
Not
None of
one
them
Jew.
came to work.
Actually,
So
check
the
this out.
Jews didn't come to work and they
Hey,
went
check-
there when the plane hit. How America has something?
All right, but check this out. My cousin
The
died.
Jews
In that.
were saved.
My cousin Ronnie died in the Twin Tower.
Rest in peace, Ronnie.
It wasn't not one Jew that died and that even went to work that day.
Okay.
Out of 3,000 Jews that worked in the Twin Towers, not one Jew went to work.
So
Now
America made that happen?
I
They got
watched.
the Jews not to go to work.
Somebody
The
made
same
it
people
happen,
that was
Don,
up
but
in
if you let me
Charlottesville.
finish this-
Hold on. The same people that was
Can I
in
get 30
Charlottesville. Well, I'm just saying, the same people that was in Charlottesville. Martin
Can I
is
get
saying
30
you're not
seconds?
going to replace us.
All right,
They were
but
talking to the Jews.
all right. So,
I'm just
the Jews didn't show up for work. Out of 3,000 Jews,
All right.
watch a clip with Rabbi Finkelstein.
Mhm.
Rabbi Finkelstein spoke on that.
Mhm.
He said they got the call not to show up to work the next day. This a rabbi, rich
Mhm.
rabbi.
Okay.
Said they got the call. It was
So what
a-
that? Hold on, can I ask you a question?
He
What
said-
that means? That means he's beyond reproach because he's a rabbi.
No,
I'm just asking a question.
if
So
you
we
let
done
me
had some
finish.
famous preachers go down too. So we're gonna say some rabbi. We didn't have some priests in the Catholic Church rape kids. So are we saying that a rabbi we should just take his word? I'm just asking.
No, I'm just well.
You use him as a shining example.
I said I made a point. I said something, so I just want to tell you who I got it from.
Okay,
That's all.
Okay.
I got it from the rabbi, just like you got it from the news.
Okay.
That's all. But
Okay.
the
I didn't say the news was
the difference is you were saying that they had nuclear weapons over there in Iraq and they didn't.
Okay.
I'm saying not one Jew came to work that day and they didn't. And Rabbi Finkelstein said why. That's the
Okay.
difference.
Why didn't they come? Why didn't they come?
Because they was told not to come.
By who?
The powers that be,
Hmm.
the people that set that up.
The American embassy texts people in the Middle East. If you're an American, every time anything happens, I get a message from America. You'll leave this city. You'll leave this.
Right.
I've gotten these on my phone. This is not
Right.
news, not nothing.
And you probably should, but go ahead. Why?
Yeah,
What's
and
the point there?
The point is that the America knows when things are going to happen, when they have something to
Yeah.
do with it in some sort of way. America knows it's going to happen. It doesn't just get caught by surprise like all of us.
Well.
In some cases, not in every case, but in some
Right.
cases. This is a
Right.
clear one because a guy in England was murdered because he was the one that had made the scientific research proving that the thermite debris was never, that they found in the 9/11 wreckage, that has nothing to do with the debris in Iraq. That was their main thing at that time.
Wow.
The debris was the same as the thermite materials in Iraq. That an English scientist at I think some fancy university ruled it completely, made a whole paper that it was wrong and that I was not there, and he's magically died, was stabbed in his house like a week later, and the autopsy said that he was cutting himself, and every scientist said that there's no way possible for a man to cut himself like that and die. It's like the angle doesn't work. So that's been like a fact by now. It's not even debatable anymore. But
Okay.
I want to ask this question to everyone. As we look at what's going on over there, do we think it's right? Whether you're for whoever. Donald Trump said, I just wanted to stop.
That's right. That's what Donald was saying.
How do
They
we
can't
get it to
along.
stop?
Right. All these years.
People shouldn't, it's kids getting bombs dropped on them, bro.
Mhm.
America should not be funding Ukraine or Israel, period. They shouldn't. They shouldn't. Y'all don't find nothing wrong with that?
Yeah, we can all agree on that point.
Yeah, I mean, we should definitely stay out of people's business. It don't have nothing to do with us. I wouldn't know why would we would be, but you know, My question would be though, what do we do? Do we just allow it to happen and mind our business, or I mean, what do we do in that position?
Allow what to happen?
Just people killing people and whatever they got going on, like because it's gonna happen.
I think it would be more of a fair fight if they need to fight. It would be more of a fair fight if America didn't get involved.
Out of it. Yeah.
Is that true, Nora?
Of course, and there's people getting killed in your country every single day. There's the murderer at a school 2 days ago. So I think these questions need to be higher priority than everything being framed as a national security issue. Wow. There's no national security issue. They're just trying to guard their interests in the Middle East because America's under the path. The path they want to be is a superpower forever. But that's not the only pursuit in life. You need to take care of your citizens and your murders and your mass murders, and then go and meddle in the Middle East. Like the Middle East isn't even a competitor.
So we started this with a question. So I just have a question too then. So my question is this: when you got a bad neighbor, you just let your neighbor be bad just because it's their property and it ain't got nothing to do with you because you got your house fenced in. So you could care less about your neighbors.
Be more specific.
Hold on, let me just finish it. When you start
be more specific when you say bad.
When you start ignoring what's going on right next door to you, it will be in your backyard in a few minutes. Think about your growing up and your rearing when you were around people that you shouldn't have been around. All it takes is for you to let the element in and everything changes. If you think America can continuously can be anything in the world, is to let everybody else do whatever they want to do. You realize what we're saying when you say that? Just let anybody do whatever they want to do.
You're not saying that.
I'm not saying that. And guess what? And then we trade with everybody else around the world. We do business with everybody around the world.
But we don't mind our business, Donald. That's it.
I'm not saying that, Teflon. What I'm saying is, let's worry more about America. America's fucked up right now. They're sending 60 billion, 20 billion. They done sent Israel how much? 200 billion by now?
Or more. Man.
You got to fix your own house before you be concerned about your neighbor's house.
Homeless people here.
Yeah, we got homeless people here.
Healthcare. And where's healthcare in the world?
We're spending money somewhere else because we all can be homeless if we let a dictator come into this country and take over. Then we all will be in the same boat. So you got to be thankful sometimes that there are some separations there.
Why is that our responsibility?
That's what you stand on.
Why is that America's responsibility? Why? Who gave us who made us the landlord of the rest of the world?
Well, here's the thing. If you don't need us, you ain't got to listen to our word. The reason why we became the landlord because we give more money than everybody else. And since somebody brought up Donald Trump, that's why he want to get out of the NATO, because he's saying that nobody is bringing their fair share to the table.
That's
We're the only ones that paying for the defense for everybody else around the world, and nobody else is pitching in their share. They're supposed to be paying so much percentage of their GDP or their gross national product every year, and nobody, no other country was doing it other than the United States. That's how you become the boss.
That's a fact.
Now, so when you got money in your pocket, you're the boss more than likely than not. So that's why.
And if we followed that rule, we wouldn't be in this mess with Israel.
Well, no, we ain't in a mess with Israel. Well, y'all said it was fake. Israel made up the fact that somebody came into their country and intruded on their people and killed over 1,000 people. That was made up.
That wasn't made. We didn't say that.
But here's the thing: and Israel went to retaliate. And of course, they bombed innocent people they shouldn't have. They started from the top of the Gaza Strip, went all the way down and went back up. None of that is good. No, that ain't good. That's not good at all.
That wasn't made up. Hamas definitely went over there. That day they went over there. They definitely went over there and started up some more bullshit. And I have a problem with that. I don't like that. I think
What's your problem with that?
Well, Iran
they should have never even
That's Iran sponsored it.
You woke up a sleeping giant. Y'all know y'all can't beat these people. They did more damage to their own people.
It wasn't a sleeping giant. The thing is, just because you wasn't hearing about it in the media doesn't mean we weren't experiencing a new war every 3 months. Kids were dying every day. Policemen literally have snipers shoot kids.
I will say this.
Hold on, Don.
Every
Israel was
3
not
months is a
fair.
new spike in the issue. Like people don't hear about that. That's just been our existence since 1948, since the story about my grandfather.
So you saying
we're just supposed to stay quiet and not shoot nobody, just have our kids get shot, kids in prison as young as 12, no charges, no nothing. They released them in the hostage deal. How you trade hostages? We took 100 hostages, and you know what we asked for? Give us back 100 of our kids that are in jail with no charges.
So this
I
was
agree.
going on.
I agree.
This was going on before Hamas went over there.
Yes,
did what
I
they
agree. Because Israel was territorial, and they wanted to make sure things happened the way they wanted to happen. They wouldn't let some goods get into.
But Don, that's not even their land, Don.
Yeah, I understand, but they control the goods coming in through the ports that led into the Gaza Strip. So if they shut that off, they shut food and goods off to the people. So and they were practicing that. I agree. But violence shouldn't create other violence. That's all.
And you fine with America supporting this? You okay with that?
Yeah, I'm not saying America is great at everything it does either. I'm not trying to say we're in the land of honey and sugar, but I'm just saying what happened there is bad on both sides. But when you start retaliating, it's going to get worse. And
I don't think Hamas should have made that move that day, because it seemed like that move Hamas made is where we at today.
Yeah,
I'm not saying Israel was innocent.
Yep.
The move that Hamas, it's a chess. It's a game of chess.
And the sad part of Hamas,
that move, that chess
people of the Gaza Strip.
The move that Hamas made was a bad move. That was a bad move. Yeah. And y'all lost thousands of Palestinian lives behind that one move Hamas made. That was a bad move. That's what I'm saying.
Numbers every year, we were losing numbers in masses every single year. It was never going to stop. And just picture this in an individual setting. Frame this as happening to you. You at your house with your family. Somebody comes in, kicks you out, and starts killing your kids and just fucking shit up and literally making settlements. Like bulldozing your house out and building their house, and then 20 years later, somebody telling you, "Yo, you was fucked up for what you did after that. Why you tried to shoot him?
America done that.
House, my kids were sleeping.
I'm not saying you fucked up for shooting them, but you can't be mad that they shot back.
We're not mad that they shot back.
Then, so we all good.
To shreds. We're mad at the extent of it. It shouldn't get to genocide. War is one thing, genocide is another. We have nothing to fight back. We don't have a military.
Well,
this is genocide.
Well, we all didn't play with bullies. Bullies don't play fair. Bullies play to win.
So
they don't play.
So you admit Israel is the bully.
They don't play fair.
You admit Israel is the bully.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I'm not arguing that at all. But when you poke a bear, don't think a bear ain't gonna wake up.
Yeah.
We kind of just
that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And then what happens after that, you can't say, oh, it's because of what happened before, so it doesn't matter what you just did. That's all I'm saying. But hey,
but you wouldn't be saying that.
Yes, they're bullying because they got all the support from America. They get, if they run out of money, we're gonna give them some more. Yeah, they know they can go in full throttle. Yeah, they know.
Okay, but if our retaliation was to just throw a nuclear weapon or genocide Israel and wipe out everybody there, you wouldn't have had that stance. You
but here's the problem.
Yeah, they fucked you over first, so you can retaliate however you want.
But see, that's the problem. You couldn't. But you were too small and you don't have nuclear weapons.
We broke.
So
that's why you're just punishing us for being broke.
I'm just saying.
That's fine. That's not.
I'm just saying how bullies play. Bullies know who to pick up.
The poor ones.
Okay. All right. I ain't saying it's right. I'm just saying bullies know who to pick up.
It's not right.
Poor
people
right.
deserve to live.
You're right. It's not right.
Hey,
that's deep.
Hey, I got a question for you, Donald, and a question for Nora, and you too, Bert, and of course BJ. So does that mean Islam is the strongest religion in the world?
I can't say that. So I'll answer first. I can't say that.
They're losing the war, so I don't even know how. I don't know which way you're bringing that to the light, but. That was one of the topics for tonight. So what religion you think is like the strongest in the world when it comes to faith and spirituality?
Christianity.
I think Islam.
Well,
Christians.
Of course,
everybody follows the Pope. Everybody.
And Nora, I believe you're gonna say Islam, right?
Yeah, I definitely think it's Islam.
So, Bert, what you think? Because we got to get non-biased opinions.
Bert non-binary. Go on here, Bert.
Wow.
Teflon, don't go nowhere, Teflon.
Well, what I would think, I would say Jehovah Witness.
Oh,
Yo, I don't know why we started laughing like that, but go ahead, Bert.
You said you want some non-biased stuff, you know what I mean? I really would say Jehovah Witness, man.
Somebody knocked at the door right then with one of those books.
Now, I would say they're the most organized, though. I would say that they're the most organized. Jehovah Witness. I could say all of them do everything around the world the same. They know the same message, like, you know what I mean. Like, they do everything the same. Like Christianity, they all over the place. You know what I mean. They ain't doing the same message, so they the most organized. But I wouldn't say the most powerful. I don't know.
We just talking about as far as like faith and spirituality. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go above that.
Followers. Who got those followers? Who got people flocking behind them?
I think Islam have the most members. I think they're the largest group in the world. I think Islam is.
Did you? I thought that was second.
What you think, Will?
I don't even know, bro. I'm waiting to hear everybody's opinion.
I'm gonna say Islam.
Why you say it though? That's what I want.
Because I think Christianity gets taken for granted. I think it gets taken for granted. I think Islam. I think majority of the Muslims in the world take their religion way more serious, have way more discipline than Christians do.
But they pick and choose when they want to be Christian.
They pick and choose when they want to be Christian.
Some of them.
Majority of the Muslims in the world, they're gonna pray 5 times a day. Okay. They're gonna eat what they're supposed to eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're gonna live by that. They're gonna live by Islam. They're gonna live by the teachings of Allah.
One thing about technology.
A lot of Christians. What is that? Hold on, Donald. Majority of the Christians in the world,
That's a lot of them.
just doing what they want to do, and they become Christian when it's beneficial for them.
Right.
What you got, Don?
Well, y'all gonna say this probably a lie because you're gonna say I just got it from the news and I just pulled it out.
Come on with it, man. Come on with it, man.
I just Googled it from somebody that don't know what they're talking about. But they said the major religions, Christianity got 31% across the world. Islam got 25%. No religion got 15.6. Hinduism got 15. Buddhism got 6. And folk religions got 5.6. So they didn't say anything about a couple of these that we mentioned tonight. But Christianity certainly was at the top. Y'all act like when the Pope come out, millions don't show up. When y'all say followers and talk about religion, I don't even follow the Pope, but I know power when I see it. There's never been a Pope that didn't bring people out from all over the place, all over the world.
Okay, so all right. So let's do this, right?
I'm just saying.
Population, members-wise, the largest religious population globally is Christianity, with 2.2 billion followers, followed by Islam with 1.6 billion.
That's just
Hinduism with 1 billion, and Buddhism, my bad, with 500 million. So it is Christianity.
It's neck and neck, though.
That doesn't mean that's
It's neck and neck, though.
I think just because everybody's saying they Christian, word up. I'm not going against it, Don. I ain't going against it, Don. The numbers are the numbers.
Man, I'm a Baptist if you ask me. I'm a Baptist. A Southern Baptist.
In the top 10.
We didn't even bring that up. Yes, I'm a Baptist. Christianity, I just
Baptist not even in the top 10.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all was talking about being naive earlier. Does that mean y'all don't believe in the moon landing, or you do believe that we really took a rocket to the moon and landed on that motherfucker? What you say, Laura?
Yeah, I believe we went.
I believe in it.
You believe we did? Y'all believe we did? Bert?
Too many other countries are gone too.
I believe in the moon landing.
Yeah. I don't believe in that shit, man.
Why would the Soviet Union confirm that it happened? It's in their interest to say that they did it.
Nobody says they did it, but America.
Soviet Union eventually.
Soviet Union too.
Missions. And
So
a lot
let me ask y'all this.
Quite frankly, Russia is probably better at it than we are.
Who planted the camera when we was landing to the moon?
Who the fuck was filming, bro? Who was filming? Where he at? We left him.
Who put the camera there when we was landing on the rock?
Now that part might have been fabricated.
That's what I want to know.
Because they saying the footage just magically disappeared. Nobody has
The
it.
footage disappeared.
There's
But-
always gonna be some funny shit with the government. There's always gonna be some funny shit.
Always.
That means that it didn't happen. I think there's
We
enough.
can't argue with that.
Don, who set up the camera when we landed on the moon? That's
set
what
the
I would like
camera
to know.
Who set the camera up? The same type of
He repeated
technology
it.
that took the vessel to the moon could have certainly took a apparatus out there and set it as a camera. If you're talking that advanced type of technology, is it beyond your thinking of realm of belief that could have taken place?
They went
That
twice?
a camera
Stop it.
that
They
a
went
camera could have
twice? Stop it,
preceded
dog.
the
They was
vessel.
doing it for the grand.
Stop it,
I'm
Don.
just
If they had that kind of
So
technology,
the answer
we
is
don't
no. So the answer is no. We can go to the moon, but we can't put a camera there before we get there. That's what
Exactly.
Man,
you're
they
saying.
I
get
agree
a
with
photo
you.
credit or nothing.
We never
All
went to the moon, is what I'm saying.
Nobody went at all.
You can ask these scientific questions. I don't know how the fuck we even got there. Like, I just don't feel equipped to determine whether it's valid or not. I don't feel like I have that knowledge. Like, where the hell?
Well, they really ask you, do you believe that you
All right,
have
so-
a lie told to you?
Let me
Paul?
ask y'all this.
Do we believe a lie?
So the man that landed on moon, that walked on the moon and all that,
Neil Armstrong.
Neil,
was just asked to put his hand on the Bible and swear to God that we landed on the moon, and he wouldn't do it.
I missed that. Man.
Really?
He wouldn't do it. Why y'all
So you think it's because he didn't land on the moon or that he doesn't want to
Maybe he don't
blaspheme
believe- maybe he
the
don't believe in
Bible
the Bible.
by trying to prove to somebody putting his hand on the Bible means something?
he don't
I can
believe
lie
in
to,
the
hey,
Bible.
guess what? I can lie to you with my hand on the Bible tonight. It wouldn't make it so.
That's the
don't
same.
think.
That's the same Bible
But
that we
some
use.
people,
In the
some
court of
people
law?
That's the
can't.
same Bible we use in the court of law, and that's the same Bible that you use.
The
in your
same
Baptist
court
church.
of law that will hang you. That same court of law we talking about. That same court of law.
Why you roll your eyes at the court of law like that,
Well,
Doug?
you know what time it is.
That's why Christian-
Y'all know what time it is. We talking about Iraq.
Christian, they say he put his-
Iraq is Southwest Atlanta.
They ain't doing that.
Yo, yeah, hey.
Yeah.
So, all right. So what? Nora believes. Teflon Don believes.
Bert
Will, you
don't.
believe too?
Believe what?
We landed on the moon.
I don't believe it.
Bert don't, I don't, you don't.
Majority rule, 4-2. Majority rule.
Why we ain't go back and get more footage?
Yeah, why we never went back to the
We
moon?
spinning blocks to put
Good
apparatus.
question. Good question, Will. Why we never went back to the moon,
It was
Don?
a lot of money.
Because
Is no money
the
up
only
there,
reason
bro?
we went the first time is because Russia said they were going, they beat us up.
Exactly.
So we had to go to prove that we was a power too. It really wasn't a big thing. It ain't nothing really going on there. So it ain't a major deal to go back unless somebody else going. So if y'all really want to know, it was a pissing contest. Who competed farthest? That's what it was. So there you go. And that's what major powers do. Who got the biggest guns? Who got the biggest nuclear weapons? Who competed farthest? That is. They all
Hey,
like
Don.
that.
Dude, plant another flag. What you want us to go back to the moon for?
Yeah.
The moon is pointless.
Just the flex.
Yeah.
Just the flex. You see Elon flexing right now.
Yeah, Elon trying to show you that it doesn't take all of us having to take off from work and watch a spacecraft take off and blow up instead of getting there. He getting there and getting back with no problem.
Man,
showing you
his
that
rocket's
it really
parallel
ain't that
parking.
big. That's what he's doing.
All right, let's move on to the next topic, man. Joe Biden pardons kids for cash judges. Joe Biden gave out about 6,000 pardons. That's your homeboy, Don.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hold on. Thousands of kids. Hold on. I'm going to go past that kids for cash. Black women are upset over the pardons and demand Marilyn Mosby be pardoned. Let me see. And if y'all do y'all know what the kids for cash judges did?
Nah, what is that?
Okay. Thousands of kids that were jailed by 2 corrupt judges in Pennsylvania who received kickbacks from the builders and owners of private prison facilities. About $2.6 million in return for sentencing kids to juvenile detention.
Over 4,000.
Oh, so y'all like Joe Biden now?
No, that's your man. What you mean? You know I'm a
Y'all
Trump
like
guy.
him now?
Stop.
He did.
Stop it.
He did. That's like some positive news right there. I thought,
Stop it, Teflon.
He just beat who you called it to it. He wanted to beat Trump to the punch before he got up out of there.
Oh, that's what it was.
That's why Elon said the government should shut down until
Trump didn't do it last
Trump
time. Why Trump didn't do it last time? Then he wouldn't have been.
He didn't have knowledge.
Why he didn't do what?
Whatever we just beat him to the punch to doing. He was there first, so he never mind. Never mind.
Who might have changed
No.
over time?
No.
And he didn't have knowledge.
Let's stay on topic. Biden has released pardoned the most amount of people in history, 6,000 people plus, right?
Yeah.
So people are mad, upset about that. He pardoned his son, which I don't see nothing wrong with. But they're mad because he lied and say he wasn't going to pardon his son.
Right.
But then you got the guy pardoning the kids for cash judges. It seems to me like the Democratic Party is like against kids, got a problem with children or something, man. It's something with children.
Wow.
They want to kill them, abort them.
Wow.
They want to lock them up. They got something against kids or something, man.
God.
They want to turn them into homos and play with their genders and all that. Come on, man.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot to unpack, Don.
It's a lot of accusations.
Yeah.
No, it's not accusations. No. Is accusations for real? Y'all haven't been seeing this?
I see some of it. I just feel like I don't know.
All right, so which part, Nora, you think is an accusation?
I think Biden doing the thing where he pardoned that judge isn't reflective of Democratic attitudes towards kids. It's reflective of the fact that he pardoned his son. He got a lot of shit for it, and now he's acting like he's just the president that wants to pardon everybody. Everybody got a jail out of free card.
Clean up.
Just to be the president that pardoned the most, and he already is the president that pardoned the most. To cover up the fact that he pardoned his son when he said he wouldn't. So I think that's what that says about him. That he's just, he thinks he.
First of all, if my son was in trouble, I would have pardoned him too, and I would have lied till I got to the point to where I could have
Day
pardoned
one.
him. Just like
But why? But why lie?
Because you would have caught hell in the long run. Well, hold on. We got a guy we just elected that lied more times than we can even think about.
Now you talking about No. Biden lied.
Let's not talk about lying. Let's not even talk about lying.
Forget Trump. Trump not even in the discussion. Why did Biden lie about it? Why?
I say when you can be a 34 count felon
They always do
and
that.
still become president,
Do that.
then we all can lie. We all lie. We all lie.
This has nothing to do with Trump.
I like Trump too, by the way.
This has nothing to do with
I
Trump.
like Trump, by the way. Yes, it does. Because if we're going to sit and talk about Biden, we got to talk about his
getting all those pardons, becoming the first president to do that, because Trump was going to do it anyway.
And-
Trump was going to pardon Biden's
It's
son.
a first to everything. It's a first to everything. We want to talk about the number of people that he did and try to make it seem like his son. Guess what? He had the power to do it. We gave him the power because we accept the Constitution the way it's written. So guess what? We can't say nothing about it. He did what he had the power to do. Period.
I'm not mad at him doing it.
DJ.
We ain't gotta like it. We ain't gotta like it.
You went around the point.
So
Nobody's mad at
He
him doing it.
lied to get reelected. That's why he lied. No, it's not gonna come off. Not like he wanted to be this.
He wasn't even running for the
He
last
wasn't
2
part of
months.
the
He wasn't
party.
even running. We had a woman running. So okay.
Yeah, but he made that lie
I hear
before. He made
We
that
had a
lie
woman
before.
running. We had a woman running though.
He said that a year ago. He said that a year ago when he was still trying to get reelected. And
And
then
let me ask you.
it came time for him to actually retire, and he.
So y'all believed him. So y'all, I'm gonna ask y'all a question. Y'all believed him when he said he was gonna leave office and let somebody prosecute his son when he could pardon his son. Y'all believed him when he said that.
I don't believe no
Y'all
Democrat.
surprised.
I don't believe no Democratic leaders.
Man,
None.
come on, y'all. Come on now.
I don't believe no Democratic leaders. None of them.
Oh,
And
cool.
you
Oh,
believe
great.
Republican leaders?
Okay. That's okay. Well, they're good. That means you didn't
Yep.
believe him then. So you
I
ain't
do.
surprised. We might can move on to the next topic.
I do.
I like that idea, Don.
I do believe what the Republican leaders say and candidates say, because they not scared to tell the truth and how they feel. That's why Trump is getting all the backlash he get, because he speaks his mind. He speaks how he feel. He don't care about what people think. That's why people don't like it. People hate the truth.
Nobody hate the truth.
Biden
When we
lied.
get the truth. When we
Biden
get the truth.
lied, and you're sitting here acting like it's cool. Y'all wasn't supposed to believe him. That's what Don just said. Y'all
What?
wasn't
This
supposed to
believe
believe
who? This supposed to believe who? Trump?
Biden.
I believe everything that come out of his mouth because everything that come out of his mouth is deliberate.
No.
He knows what he's saying.
I'm not talking about Trump.
I don't discount
back on
anything
Trump.
that come out of his mouth.
He's back on Trump. I'm not talking about Trump. I'm talking about
Who you
Biden.
talking about now? You talking about Biden?
Yeah.
What
You
about
said we
it?
wasn't supposed to believe in Biden. You
No,
said we
you
wasn't
didn't.
supposed to believe him when he said the shit in the first place.
No, you didn't. Because you would do it for your son. So the first thing most people say is, what would I do if I was in that situation? That's what most people would say. And most people said this, ain't no way in that head. I'm going to let my son go to prison, but I can stop it.
Don,
Oh.
I would have never lied.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I would have never lied.
That's why, you know what? You ain't in politics. You're probably right.
Jesus Christ.
You ain't in politics. You right. You want to lie. Because everybody up there on Capitol Hill lie.
No, but I don't.
Everybody up there on Capitol Hill lie.
Okay,
They politicians.
okay, I'll give you that. But
Thank you. Well, you might. I'm getting ready to say the word.
go ahead. But
You
listen,
might.
if I give you that, they do lie. But if it was Trump, Trump would have told y'all he gonna pardon his son.
I believe so.
Trump would have told y'all I'm a pardon my son. But guess what? Trump actually have good kids. Trump kids.
We ain't talking about Trump. We talking about
They
Biden.
carrying guns.
On camera.
We talking about Biden.
He didn't raise
Drive
them.
down the highway.
Trump kids ain't smoking crack and carrying guns and all that.
He didn't raise them.
Boy, if Donald
You
Trump
heard the boy's
Jr. did a
accent?
line about this long, my name.
No, you gotta have
Boy
to pick
sound
a
like he
side.
grew up.
With the glossy eyes,
You're in the
acting
chat.
all crazy. He just got up off a piece of glass. Come on,
Shout
y'all.
out to chat too, man. Shout out
Nora,
to
you
chat.
gotta have to pick a side, man. For real, man.
Man.
Okay, so-
The good thing about me, I don't have no size. That's
No,
the good
I'm not
thing.
just
I got
saying.
no
I'm
side.
just saying. You don't have to pick a side. No, I'm just
I just come
bullshitting.
off the top.
I'm just bullshitting. I don't
with
think about either side. I'm not one of them people.
Word. Ain't no side.
But okay, you said he didn't raise them.
Who? I ain't saying
I
he
don't
raised
believe
the
that.
kid.
No, I'm talking about Nora.
You don't think Trump raised them? You think Trump raised them? You heard his accent? He sounded like he hasn't spent a day in America. And he grew up in America.
All right, when you say raised, first of all, I feel like the
Lord, I on
children
the same
being raised,
team now.
children being raised is the job of the mother anyway.
Oh,
Okay.
Entirely?
Okay.
Oh, I ain't got no comment on that.
Now, hold on, let me finish. Let me finish.
Ooh.
So it gets to a point where they get old enough, and then the father comes along and say, "Come on," you know what I'm saying? But
Not happening anytime soon. The kid's in college.
That's when he look at you and say, "Why you want to be my dad now?"
yeah, no, he's there. He's his dad the whole time.
He got to get the money on.
He's his dad. But if he's chasing money, He getting his bread. What y'all want him to do?
All right, then don't credit him for raising
knows
good
his
kids.
money
Don't
on?
talk about Biden's kids. Don't
Listen.
talk about a man's kids. If he was a woman, sure, we could talk about her kids. She
One
raised,
thing about
she
it,
raised those kids. And Biden should raise those kids.
what y'all saying, nobody else is saying. All his kids is with him right now. All his kids are with him right now, and all his kids have a position in his campaign, even their wives. And not to mention his youngest kid, the 18-year-old, what's his name, Byron? Nobody knows. All right, forget y'all. Byron, the youngest.
Baron. His name's Baron.
Baron, there you go.
Baron.
Baron
Yep.
is a genius.
A genius because he go to NYU. Don't make him a genius.
Oh my God, you about to get me locked up right now.
Okay, he's very smart. He's very smart. I bet.
Everybody, he's the best. He's the best. Everybody that came in contact with this kid said he's very intelligent, though, for real. Everybody. Is that hard to believe?
Somebody in the chat says, "Is Trump a good dad or not?"
Yes.
It's Trump a family.
Yes, Trump is a good dad.
Shout out to
Yes.
TT.
Yes, Trump is a good
If
dad.
your kid's successful, you a good
He a
dad.
good
Listen,
businessman.
at the end of the day, LeBron ain't raising his goddamn kids. LeBron playing 82 games of basketball.
LeBron got his son on
Yeah,
his
man,
team
man,
right
that's
beside
what
him.
LeBron
Making
ain't married.
millions.
Savannah
shouldn't be
raised
in the
them
league.
goddamn kids.
And the nanny.
Savannah raised them kids and the nanny and the tutor.
You gonna step in on that?
Y'all stop.
You don't
man.
think you don't think Bronny's supposed to be in the league?
Bronny
bro?
don't even. Bronny shouldn't even have gotten drafted. His
Don't do
dad
that.
got him
Don't
in
do
the
that.
league
No,
on
we
the
don't try to
Lakers
put no LeBron
team.
slander
It don't
on
matter. It don't matter if he shouldn't have gotten drafted.
He
His daddy got him.
He just got him
That's a fact.
paid for life.
His
For
daddy
life. though.
got him there.
And you said he a bad dad.
Joe got his son out of jail.
I tell you what.
A man got his son out of jail.
I tell you what. I'm willing to bet you
That's
a
what
Michael
dads
Jordan.
do.
I'm willing to bet you a Michael Jordan man.
Don't you like Mike?
His kids is drug addicts and they ain't doing nothing.
And fucking his buddy ex.
Bronny kids is gonna be successful.
Oh Lord.
He already successful.
He the GOAT.
NIL. He
Okay,
even
yeah.
stepped in the league. His NIL was going crazy.
All right, hold on, nah, for real. Let's get on some.
They don't
real
call
shit.
me Palm Reader Dong. So I
No,
don't
on some real shit. Let me Nora. So you don't see nothing wrong with Joe Biden pardoning the kids for cash judges? That was deliberately sending kids to juvenile
That's
prison.
fucked up. He's retarded. That's fucked up. Sorry, I don't know if I'm supposed to use that word, but that's
Okay, I just want to know.
That's
I-
no, I completely don't fuck with that. That judge was crazy. He literally was serving like I think 20-30 year sentence for sending like 3,000 kids to jail as young as like 8 years old. That
Yeah.
shit was totally insane. Like you want to
4,000.
pardon people, you gotta pardon somebody that at least like it's some crimes that can be pardoned, but some crimes should not be pardoned.
So
by
I ain't got
They
part.
already let him out during.
But
He
Trump
was out
is
of jail
also
during
Trump
COVID.
is pardoned fucked up people too. Everybody's pardoned fucked up people.
So he been out of jail. He just been on house arrest.
I think when you're doing stuff like that to these children, that's a whole nother level of fucked up.
I agree. That's evil.
That's a whole nother level. And the part of them that I don't.
Hey, I'm reading this article from CBS News about the lady. It made me look her up because I ain't never heard of her before. But it say the former Baltimore City's state attorney Marilyn Mosby will not receive a presidential pardon despite her campaigning efforts. And in May, Mosby was sentenced to 3 years of supervised release and a year of house arrest. She ain't even in.
She didn't do shit, but she doesn't have any real time. Like I don't know why she's fighting
Yeah,
so hard.
like
Did she even go to jail?
yeah, she's not in jail. She on house arrest. Hey,
Now you see why it ain't worth talking about. Ain't nothing even happening to her. She just don't want to go in for.
But she was
weekend.
facing 20 years, and I think it's insane that she was facing 20 years, but she didn't get shit. She was facing 20 years for like some fraud thing, like taking money out of her retirement plan, which was completely insane that she was facing that. But she didn't
mortgage
get
fraud.
nothing.
Yeah,
Well,
convicted
white
of
collar
perjury and
crimes
mortgage
cause
fraud.
some time too. White collar crimes are punishable too.
But it was some dumb shit, like taking from your retirement savings. It's like no real victim.
She could have been if he pardoned Big Meech's brother. He pardoned Big Meech's brother who was out of jail. He could have pardoned her.
She
Well,
bought
she's a Democrat.
vacation
Nah,
home
he-
in Florida
nah,
with the
nah,
money
he
that
wrong
she
for
took
not
from her
pardoning.
retirement account.
She's a Democratic district attorney, prosecutor, or something in Baltimore.
I tell you what, I don't feel like I'm on CNN.
Hey, I
might
told her, Don,
on
she
CNN,
gave her
but I
husband
don't feel
$5,000.
like I'm on CNN. I feel like I'm against on one of them other networks.
Oh,
Hey,
Yeah.
let me ask because Nora and Dawn is the first time on the podcast, right? Let me ask y'all this. Nora, do you think men could give birth?
No.
What about you, Dawn?
No.
All right. Okay. I don't have no objections.
Who's
These
running
guys
for
are
the
quiet
ticket?
because they think men could give birth.
Who is that?
These guys are quiet because they think it's possible.
I don't remember agreeing.
And they
to
have
that.
an argument?
I don't remember
Oh,
agreeing.
no.
They talking about Bert?
Will and Bert. Yes, Bert. The man
Bert,
Bert.
yeah, Bert said that. I know that. I'm not on his team at all. I don't
Why
play
you
with him
talking
on
about
that team.
shit?
Bro, y'all don't know what them folks doing in them laboratories. Y'all.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
Will is on his team.
Never gonna
too?
happen. That's the one thing we pay for.
Hey, all I can say is you'll see.
Hold on.
Bro, this
Yeah,
just made
bro.
a fully grown sheep out of nothing, bro.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
They
yeah.
can
when you-
clone, but
you
they
talking
can't
about
make
that,
it
yeah,
happen
it could be
because-
possible. Yeah, you said
Go ahead, Bert.
Y'all way out there right now.
All right.
What you said, Bert?
Bert.
I said y'all see in the future. Y'all see what's going on.
What about the men, Nora? You know, in America, these men is trying to get taller. They're getting height BBLs to their
What is
legs
that?
and exteriors and stuff. They really doing it too. I
Like,
know a
it's
nigga put a
really
little
hard to
half an
tell.
inch on his leg.
If you under than like 5'5", I see why you'll be interested. But other than that, you're doing too much.
Man, that nigga old 5'5".
Omar is not 5'5". Shut the fuck up. He's 5'10", 5'11".
Shout out, oh man.
What else we got, B?
Hold on, I want to ask everybody in the room. That Bert, Don, Will, Maine, would y'all get a height BBL? a height lift, not
Nah,
BBL.
I don't
A
see
height,
Height lift is crazy.
How do you do that?
it's men.
If I was short, yeah, I would.
How short?
Is men getting height lift?
I think you got to be over 6 feet when you're a man if you're gonna improve your chances. So
Hey,
I would
relax,
want to be.
relax.
I would want.
Yeah,
I'm
No, that's a fact.
I'm 6'2".
If we was to sit 10 women in a room and ask them they are ideal man, they're gonna be like 6'2", 6'1", 6 foot and better. So that's a fact.
That's crazy. I don't know why women started doing that. I just
Yeah,
felt like
yeah,
Your character is straight.
Well, hey guys, look. Let's just say now we all got characteristics. Women like to be protected. They like to feel the comfort of a guy protecting them, right? How can a 5'5" dude do that? Is she 5'9"?
It's a
My
fact.
God.
How is she
He's
gonna
7
feel
feet.
like
What are you talking about?
unless he a MIA fighter or something like that right now? I'm just saying. Just
MMA, we got it done.
Unless he's a Miami fighter.
yeah, whatever.
No, yeah.
MMA, whatever. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey, check the comments, Will.
Well, then
Opposites attract.
he said opposites attract. That means then you're an anomaly. I don't want to play in that realm. I don't want to be in the 10th percentile.
So you
6
gonna
foot is
No, God.
DJ,
He said,
Teflon Don is about 6'4", ex-basketball player. You know, he's UGA alumni.
you know how rare that is. You are in the 10th percentile.
Right.
It's very uncommon. The fact that any woman can say that I will only date a 6 foot man, you eliminating 90% of the human population. That's
There you
insane.
go.
I just want you to give me a vibe that can protect me. Like I don't care if it's through height, through aura.
so
through
anything wrong being in 10 percentile? Ain't nothing wrong being in the top 10. That's what everybody wants. Ain't nothing wrong with being in the top 10. That's all.
Nah,
I'm
he
saying.
said
Well, 90%
That's why I
of
would
men
do
get
that.
BBL.
Hey,
He can be tall, and his character can be the trash.
Yeah, you can be short and have bad character.
You can be
Well, you
tall.
got to start somewhere. The eyes is what draws the attraction. You got to start somewhere now. Bert, Mr. Cat Eyes over here trying to act like appearances don't matter. When every time we go somewhere,
man.
somebody talk about his eyes, right?
Hey, I'm not.
and that
altering
nigga
my
5'8",
See,
and that nigga 5'8".
see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying?
He's 6 foot.
Ah!
Big foot, nigga.
Hey, Don, what fraternity you pledge?
Kappa Alpha Psi. That crimson and cream. That
Damn.
is. Yeah, it is.
Hey,
Well,
Josh.
we all about achievement in every field.
Hey,
of
Josh, he
human endeavor.
Kappa. He
So we just
Kappa,
want to make
Josh.
sure everybody know that it ain't about twirling canes and running women.
So, hey,
doing
so,
step
so,
shows.
so let me ask you this: do y'all beef with Omega?
Well, it's a fictitious beef. You know, ain't nothing real about all of that kind of stuff, right there. It's kind of like being on an athletic team. Who can step the best?
All right, so let's say you in a party and an Omega dude bump you, you're gonna punch him in the shit.
No, not if he bumped me, but
Okay.
it's the intent of all that stuff right there.
I was trying to set you up, but
He
okay.
stepped on your shoe then.
I was
Yeah.
trying to set you up.
Your fresh white one.
He ain't going.
No.
He ain't going.
But see, first of all, if you're
You're
about
too smooth for
achievement,
that.
the last thing you want to do is get in trouble. I want to stay free. I want to enjoy life, and I want to continue to do it. I'm not gonna let a fool that bump into me that ain't got nothing to lose cause
Cheers
me
to
to
that.
lose everything.
Good
That's
dad
really what it
shit.
boils down to.
Good dad, bad son.
Good dad
Round of
shit.
applause.
Salute to that.
Yeah.
Salute to that.
Message.
Let me ask you this though. All right, let me start with Nora because she's the only woman in the building. And Nora, you've been holding your own. You've been holding
You
it down.
You a fighter.
And I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, you are.
If,
Yeah, you
if
are,
I,
Nora.
if I had a scoreboard, you beating Donald by 2.
Yeah.
If y'all
I
got
have a
questions
scoreboard,
for y'all,
you
throw it
win
in the chat.
anyway.
You beating Teflon Dog by 2.
Yeah.
I was hoping there's a scoreboard.
But look, check it, Nora. Do you have to get married, or can a man just buy you a $10 million ring and give you a $10 million wedding, but no paperwork?
I don't want paperwork. odds are I'm gonna be richer than my man. So unfortunately, my best friend is currently going through a divorce from a man she was married to for less than a year, and he's trying to take her whole fucking house.
And she had more money than him?
Yeah, she's an
That's my
attorney,
man, though. I ain't gonna lie. That's my man.
and he's trying to take every penny. She's literally fighting for her mortgage. He's already taken 10,000. And he it's insane. And she tried to get the whole thing annulled. It was a stupid decision. I don't know what happened, but she didn't even get a wedding. Like they divorced before their wedding, and the divorce is gonna take longer than the actual marriage. She made him sign a paper to prove that the house is in marital property and all that crap. And she still got to fight to prove that every term that he signed is fair. I don't want to deal with none of that. Like I don't even want to. If I end up getting married, if it's whatever, I get charmed into it. There's gonna be a lot of paperwork.
So it's safe to say you're not marrying my brother.
He's signing a lot of prenups. You know that.
He's sitting over there. He over in the corner.
Where you at?
Especially if I'm gonna raise his kids and leave my career to raise a family and all that. You think I'm gonna rely on a man to be the main breadwinner, and I sit at home and I sacrifice my career, and then I'm 60 and retired and I can't be an attorney anymore, and then he leave with the money? You think I'm gonna just wait for that to happen? I think women need to be the ones that aren't getting married, because women are the ones that usually leave their careers to raise a family and rely on a man's word, and then could get left for a younger woman at any second.
And raise the kids.
Yeah, raise the kids and lose my career for what?
Because a top tier man ain't gonna have time to raise the kids. So you got to raise the kids.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that as long as I have some sort of backup. Even if we get I want half. If I'm gonna make that sacrifice, I'm gonna need half in the future.
And if y'all didn't know, this is Nora the lawyer. She helped me out.
I don't like
Nora's official.
I don't like how y'all saying raise the kids. She'll take majority of raising the kids, because at the same time, the dad is also raising the child. He's just might not be as present as somebody would say they would like.
Yeah.
So Nora, you think like a man.
Somebody's what?
So this started about Steve Harvey shit. You think like a man.
She think like the head of household.
This started about being married, though, right? And that kind of thing.
Go ahead, Teflon Don. Teflon Don is in the top 10%.
When you get
over 6 feet, no, you're in the top. You're in the top like 5%. You're over 6 feet and you make over 100,000. You're over 6 feet and you make over 100, well over 100,000. Go ahead, Teflon.
You just got to be willing to do this when you go into an agreement. If it don't work, can you walk away and leave in half? You just got to be man enough to plan all of that out and make sure that work. That way, if you have kids, you're not walking away enemies, because you're taking care of the kids that you brought into this world, and you're not leaving a woman out there stranded to where she got to try to figure out how to make it happen. So you just got to be able to man up and say, hey, if it works, it works. If it don't work, can you figure out a way to move on and still survive and take care of your responsibilities? It doesn't be the end of the world. Doesn't have to be the end of the world. So that's
we got a question from Nora in the chat.
Check the comments. Niggas got questions for you, Nora.
Nora, we got a question for you in the chat. How would you feel? How would you feel if a dude wanted to let you excel in your career and he be the house dad? Would you see him as less of a man?
Yeah.
Damn.
I don't want the guy to raise the kids.
I'm glad you didn't hesitate.
She ain't hesitate at all.
Bill Jackson, good question.
My man D Jack.
No, I'm not trying to wear the pants in the relationship for my whole life. I'll wear the pants for a little bit to make sure that I'm good, but I'm not going to do that for a lifetime. The goal is to find somebody where I can pick off my pants.
That's what I'm talking about.
Y'all got questions for Bert. You got questions for BJ. You got questions for Teflon.
The reason why I asked that, because little baby reveals he's never getting married. He'll buy a $10 million ring, $10 million wedding, but no paperwork. I don't see I think he's a genius. Yeah. I like the young man.
Wow, smart. When you
just
don't
leave a lot of
why would you
a lot of money on the
table? Because that's what we was taught.
That's not a smart investment.
Just do like they said, like Nora said, do the paperwork. But that's what you're supposed to do.
Nora did not say do the paperwork.
She said if she do it, if she get charmed into it, it's gonna be a bunch of paperwork.
Yep, she said I'm making all that right now, knowing he got to sign a lot.
Be married.
Nora says she don't want no paperwork.
No, but I'm saying if I gotta get married and I only see it happening to a guy in the same income bracket as me, like if I marry, I'm not gonna marry a guy that makes less than me, and I'm not gonna marry a millionaire trying to hustle him out of his money. If I find somebody in the same income bracket, I'll marry him, and I'll have my prenups in place, and I'll have like contracts about it. But ideally, I wouldn't have to go through all that mess, because even if you sign a prenup, you're gonna have to go to court and prove it.
And 100%, right?
So
Man, do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this, man? Hey, man.
Loud and
listen,
clear.
man.
Loud and
Listen,
clear.
Yeah, I thought she was on my
I
side.
agree with
My
everything
bad,
you
Lord.
say. No, you want to disclose your age? You don't have to.
24.
How old?
I'm 24.
24. Thinking like that at 24.
That's crazy.
She's
yeah.
a winner.
That's crazy.
She's a winner, dog.
Yeah.
She ain't said nothing wrong.
You weren't on my side that time, North, so I'm mad at you temporarily, but yeah, we're gonna keep this thing moving. I thought you was on my side.
Hey,
Because
hey,
Head want the big wedding and the
I
dress.
don't want the big wedding.
I'm
I
thinking
just
about that.
want the beautiful shit. That's why I want to break generational curses. Like man said, I just want to break generational curses.
hey, want to be the bride.
Getting all the money whatever floats your boat or finds your lost remote.
Hey, want to be the house dad. The house dad. He want to be the bride.
Hey, you see what that nigga doing to Bad Baby right now? He got Shawty going through it. The house dad nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely won with that one. I ain't gonna lie. Yo,
BJ, the issue is just that in America, it seems like the only options are wife or baby mother. And I don't want to be neither. There has to be an in-between where I'm treated like a wife. I'm not just a baby mama, but I'm also treated like your wife. You give me the ring, we do everything. But the paperwork is something else.
yeah,
Shit,
that's
sometimes
possible.
Get married,
the baby
that's
mama
possible.
get treated better than the wife.
But look, it's I mean the Jews and the Muslims and stuff, they don't have that paperwork. They just go before they how the Muslims do it. They just go before their family and say, this is my wife, right?
Yeah, but that's the thing about Islam, and that's why it's a strong religion. Islam is not just a religion. Islam
You see
is
what you did there, Don? Go ahead, Nora.
Islam is like a political system. Like Jordan is governed by Sharia law. So when you go to in front of the mosque and you go and do your vows, that goes to a register. That's the government register. So the mosque and like religion and the government are intertwined in ways where secular countries can never have a religion that strong, because religion is one thing and your politics and government is another thing. But in a lot of Muslim countries, it's all one and the same. So that's what makes it a very strong religion. You have no choice but to do it. My mom can't choose who she like gives her properties to for inheritance and all that. That's all Sharia law.
Damn. She up 3, dog. She up 3, dog.
We got something for you, dog. We got something for you to catch her right now.
Good dad, bad son. Down. That's a dope sweatshirt, bro. Where'd you get that from?
I'm mad.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
hating. I ain't gonna lie.
Fresh
did
out
some
the
bullshit.
press.
Them niggas did some bullshit.
Bullshit.
First of all, hold on. Before he even explain this shit,
Fresh
Bert
out the
not even supposed
press.
to be there. Look, he gonna turn around.
Fresh out the press. What you doing?
Yeah.
I'm not fucking with him.
Bert not even supposed to be over there. That's supposed to be my sweater right there. That's supposed to be mine.
Yes, Bert, show the emblem.
Nah, my man Teflon dog, man. That shit hard, dog.
That's how we roll, baby. 3 stars.
And that's OG UGA alumni, man. Y'all check.
Yeah.
Dog, what you average that UGA?
And I tell you what, I was make the freshman all SEC team. I came out of high school as a McDonald All-American. Here's all my stuff right here.
Pop your shit,
That's
my
how we
boy.
roll. Yeah, played the McDonald All-American game. Yeah, went to the Final Four my freshman year.
Okay.
Come on, man.
Beat Michael Jordan on the way there. Chris Mullins and all the kind of guys. Yeah.
Okay.
What you did? I ain't hear that. Say it one more time.
Yes. We beat Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, Chris
That was a
Mullins,
drop
and all the
song.
guys on the way there. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Talk
Yeah.
this shit, dog.
That's how we roll. That's how
Talk
we roll
this
it.
shit. Beat Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, all them
Yes.
niggas, man.
Hey, I may go downstairs and get the Final Four ring and flash that.
I ain't gonna lie though. Braun would have never let you do that shit.
I don't even have to compare that because I got mine already. I ain't got
Smart
that.
man. Smart man.
Yeah.
That's my man. So dog, do you think single mothers produce the worst product?
No. That ain't even that. I don't even think that's a real question. No, I don't. I think a real mother. I think a real mother's a
It
real
went viral
mother.
on social media today.
You can't replace a father. You can't replace the father figure, but that didn't make a bad mother because you can't replace the father.
Give them the context behind it, what they were saying in the video.
I forgot what they were saying.
They were saying that the mother's emotion is placed on the kid, and they never get an opportunity to grow up and be their masculine self. They take it on the mom's lack of emotional education or expertise, something like that.
But that can happen in any case, right? That's the more of the characteristic of the mom. That's like saying then every mom is like that mom. Every mom ain't like that particular mom. Just like everybody got their own. Some mothers are overprotective. Yes, they might go farther over that line than they should, but if they don't know any better and all they're trying to do is do the best for their kids, I still don't know how we sit here and pour shade on them because they're only trying to do what they can do and the best that they can.
I don't think it's pouring shade. I just think they going by statistics. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's pouring shade on them. Because I was raised by a single mother, so I could never pour shade on single women, single mothers. You know what I mean? What you think, Bert?
I think, I just don't think a mom can teach a boy how to be a man. So yes, I think it's a detriment to him.
So the question is, do they produce worse product, worse kids?
Yes.
Don said no, you say yes. What you think, Will?
I mean, the numbers don't lie. Kids that come from a 2-parent household do better.
But let me ask you a question. But the one that come from a single parent, there's some single parent males. So are they saying then
Your eyes are just less successful?
Hold on.
Yeah, are they saying that those that ones that come from a mother is less successful, that they stayed with their dad? And does it have to be a boy versus a girl? Where do we draw that line?
There's a lot of variables. I feel you.
Yeah, they didn't really get that specific, which is right. You're right, Teflon. You're right about that. They didn't get that specific. Me, I'm gonna go ahead and say I think it's 50-50.
I want to hear what the chat got to say. We got 14 people live with us right now. I want to see.
We want some answers from the chat. I think
I
it's
want some single mothers to speak up.
I think it's 50-50
I
because
don't think it's shady.
Well,
I know
What do you mean 50-50?
when it comes to single mothers, when it comes to the children that was raised by single mothers, I think they are way tougher, way more resilient, way more hungrier than the kids that are raised by mothers and fathers. If you look at the NBA and the NFL, all them niggas, and I ain't gonna say all, large majority of them niggas that made it to the NFL and the NBA were raised by single mothers.
We got one getting ready to be a top pick coming up pretty soon in the NFL.
Man,
that was sleeping in a
majority of the
hotel room
niggas
with his mom,
was
right?
raised by
So
single mamas. You know what I'm saying? The kid with the single mother has a different personality.
A lot of time their drive is to make life better for their mom.
Their drive is way better than the kid that has the mother and
place.
the father. That's a fact. I agree with that. Their drive is way
They're different than most kids that won't focus.
They was raised on survival, not love.
They're tougher. And I think as a young, I was 9-10 years old, traveling through Brooklyn by myself because, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which I look at kids now, I'd be like, man, that's the weakest shit in the world. The certain shit, the way they react to things, the way they it's like they can't even figure shit out. Right. You know what I'm saying? We had to figure. I guess electronics play a big role in that too. You know what I'm saying? But we had to figure shit out.
Yeah,
on our own.
Outside.
My mom's worked 10, 12 hours a day, bro. I ain't had nobody to ask. You know what I'm saying? I had to figure it out.
$1 Million in the chat said, take sports out of it. What's the product that the single mom is producing in our community?
Lawyers, doctors.
Don't you think that there's a big variable in it, which is the amount of support that the mother has? Like most cases of successful single mothers have either a mother to lean on, a sister. Like I think if you want to work 12 to 14 hours a day and there's nobody else in your family that's helping out, it's very likely that you will emotionally dump on your kids. Like you need to have some sort of support system that you built for yourself to be able to thrive as a single mother. It's not something that you can just do completely on your own.
But you see it all the time, Nora, because you out there, you in the trenches. You see it all the time. There is no other option. It's just the child and his mother.
But families is different back home. The kid is not the moms. The kid is the families. Like it's not even adoption isn't even legal, but you already like adopted by everybody. Like you're
no.
I spent so much time with my grandmother. I spent half my time with my grandmother and half with my mom.
No, but that's a whole different culture.
Yeah, I guess
y'all still family. Y'all what y'all have now.
Culture too.
We had back in the days. We had that back in the days, but we don't have that now. Y'all still got it. You know what I'm saying?
I guess I didn't know that you don't got it anymore. I didn't know that.
Nah,
but
we don't have it.
And not
Of
as
course.
You
prevalent.
see it every day. You probably not paying attention to it.
It's not as
Well, you don't
prevalent.
know everybody's household, but nah, we don't have that. We don't
Mr. Moderator, though, you said just a second ago you were raised by a single mom. You had someone that come in on the podcast and say, what have they produced other than just athletes? Like there's nothing else that they could do, but he's listening to you, who were raised by a single mom. So I could just tell him, here's an example right here on the screen.
That's a
Of
fact.
somebody doing something different than
That's a
playing a
fact.
sport that were raised by a single mom. Like
a
that's
fact.
all that they produce. I
So
hope some of the brothers that's on here that were
Yeah.
raised by single moms speak up and say what is going on in your life. Because guess what? There's not failures everywhere because somebody don't play a sport. We see guys play sports end up broke. And that's about 70% of them in every sport. So
Yes.
while we're trying to pat that on the back in a kind of way and saying that's all mothers produce, the ones that do it don't end up always.
I might have misled him by using that, but I was just using that as an example of the NFL and the NBA.
Well, his
There's
response,
way more other things. You know
right? His
what I'm saying?
response was, "What is the rate of prisoners in jail from single parent home than a
See?
2-parent home?"
It's a higher rate.
Yeah, that's his.
It is a higher rate
That's
of
mostly
inmates.
linked to poverty. I
But
think
what does that mean, though?
lotteries and trying to just because
all these
mothers
emotions.
aren't likely to be able to provide and care for our children in the same way a
God.
household would. I think the
Hey,
link
God.
comes to jail, it's always about poverty. It's always more linked to robberies. The biggest percentages come from robberies. People that
So you think in the same hood that a kid growing up with a single mother and a kid growing up with both his parents in the same hood on the same block will have the same outcome?
If the block is that bad, probably. Because guess what? Kids
Probably
still
the
gonna have
environment.
friends. They still gonna hang out with who they hang out with. It's really about who your kids make friends with.
So
According,
it's basically the environment.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
according to a new study, the NBA players are more likely to come from a 2-parent, wealthier family homes than that old notion of trying to escape poverty. This new bombshell goes totally against the previous presumptive narrative that most elite Black athletes overcome poverty on their way to the top.
Well, shit.
Well,
I would have never guessed
No,
that.
that's this generation of players.
That's
The
where that's
generation
this generation.
Oh.
This is the Grant Hill,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Shaquille O'Neals of the world. That's the generation,
Right.
and going forward.
All their dads were from
Yeah.
single parent homes, and they made sure
It's
they
the dad. All
kid-
right, so it's the children. All right.
Yeah.
They go back to Butterbean Love and them guys back then, and I guarantee you we'll have a whole different perspective on that. Stat. I'm gonna tell y'all something from being in sports. When you read a stat, stats always favor whatever the person that wrote them wanted to favor. I can find a stat that contradicts any stat that anybody produces if I go out and work hard enough to find the answer to it. So let's not get hung up on when somebody says 70% of this do that and all that. Stats are designed. Who did they? Like how many times we've been in an election and they'll say we did this pool of people. You're like, who are they? I've
ain't
never
asked
been
me.
asked who I was gonna vote for.
who funded the study? It's always the funder
Yeah,
of the
who
study.
did the
Like what
study?
they
Who
like,
part of the study?
who
And my
wanted this
70
to happen?
Yeah, so I don't get on all of them stats. And if the stats were right, Donald Trump would have been president one time, let alone 2 times, because all the stats show that he wasn't winning in both of them, right? So stats are, stats is whoever produces them.
So what we going with? What y'all think? I know, Don, you said no. I say 50-50. What you say, Nora?
I say I need
Do single mothers produce the
there's
worst
too
product?
many variables to make that conclusion. I need a study on how the rate of deadbeat dads, 2-parent household with a deadbeat dad that don't make no money. What
There you go.
produce? That's gotta work all the time.
I think she answered
It's
it.
always more related to money than it is to one woman versus one man. It's more related to, are you able to provide a child a comfortable life while being in his life to any degree? And that's the question that
I like that answer. I like that.
That's fair.
See, that's that lawyer shit.
Bro, that shit all the way down.
What you
bro.
think, Head?
Oh, 2 parents, man. Statistically,
Two-parent?
yeah, you just got a better chance. Like Bert said, you need that fatherly presence. It's harder.
Like Don said, though, it depends on the mom because you have a strong mom.
My mom,
We all did.
my mom's was tough.
Yeah.
Single mom.
So a lot of
Going
these
about his own.
new age moms want to be friends with their kids.
But
They
we
wanna
also watch them work hard as fuck.
This is
You know what I
true.
mean? To have to go through a lot just to even provide for us. So
These niggas sensitive too. They sensitive and emotional as hell.
That's what I was saying. Like I was saying, they more emotional, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying it is what it is. But I don't think as a man, it's hard for you to make a decision under the emotions from a woman. It's not just by default. You know what I'm saying? I just really think it's by default. So I think if a man was present, he wouldn't be so emotional and use more logic instead of the emotion. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
That's a fact.
I think people got their own characteristics on how they are, and that's how they come into this world, male or
The
female.
Bidens produced a messed up product.
Who?
The Bidens.
Well, he just got strung out on drugs.
He didn't lose his
How
way.
are we evaluating worst product? There's so many ways to evaluate that too. Like I feel like a lot of people that I know that were raised by a strong mother became very successful financially, but in their personal relationships, they didn't ever gravitate towards an emotional woman because they were used to their mother being strong all the time. So they were kind of repulsed by emotional women or didn't know how to handle them because they were raised by a woman that couldn't afford to be emotional. She had to be go, go, go and just making money and running a house. So
That
I feel
might be my problem, Nora. God damn, you good. That might be my problem. I think that's my problem, Nora.
yeah, I actually know a man I'm very close to who is repulsed by the emotions of a woman.
Yeah.
Not to look
She looked
over.
at him.
Not to
She looked at him. She looked at him.
So my thing would be this: if the woman is at work, who's raising the child? That means it's the outside, the streets is raising the
Exactly,
kid.
that's horrible.
You know what I mean? And that's horrible. Yes, like I just don't,
Yeah.
it's
And
a
that's
problem.
we just need to go back. I'm very pro the communities that just will throw the kid from grandmother to aunt to whatever. Like you just need to have that closeness in the family structure. Where when my mom had to move to Saudi Arabia for like 7 months to work, and I was like 4 years old, and I had 2 siblings, and each sibling was left with one relative, and then we just found our way back to each other. Like there was always support because she wasn't going to leave us to get raised by the streets. Somebody had to.
Had a village.
That's so bad.
But see, America don't really have those villages anymore.
Yeah.
And if somebody stays at home, there's gonna be a lot of things missing in the household unless the breadwinner is doing very, very well. And I mean, in a city like Atlanta, if the breadwinner, if the wife is at home and he's not making $200,000 a year, I mean 200, y'all struggling. And so now, if you're talking about he making 90, she got to go to work. So you got to figure out a way to make it work in which you in. You can't sit back and say, I don't want her to go to work and all that, but your kids eating bologna sandwiches at lunch because they're trying to live off of one income. Which one do you want? Well, how do you want to add? They can't participate in the extracurricular activities because ain't no extra money anywhere. So how do you want it? How you want it to go? So you gotta build a system to where you can function inside of it. It's hard for one single parent working household in the 21st century. It's just difficult. Unless, again, somebody got an advanced degree, attorney, a doctor, you got an advanced, or you some high-end sales somewhere. But it will require some movement and some enabling. You gotta have to figure some things out. That's just the landscape we live in.
Planning is the most important part of it. Family planning. Most people aren't, especially in New York. Like I'm not gonna have a family before I make $300,000 a year. I don't feel safe doing that. New York is insane. I can't, like you just gotta plan it.
Yeah.
Oh, you did good, bro. I don't know if you can hear me.
But they $300,000 up in New York, though, that'd be like 150 down here. So she gotta get it up there because there's nothing cheap up there. So I don't envy having to go out and try to make a living up there because there's no joke the cost of living.
I want to get out of here. Shit is horrible. It's so expensive, and the taxes are crazy. Half my salary go to bomb Palestine. I just want to get out of here.
New York is a third world country.
Literally. You can't leave the house and not spend the whole.
Yo, and it ain't nothing but New York niggas in the comments. Yo, we got any more questions before we move on to the next topic?
Daniela made a good comment. Said many of her clients have both parents and they are the worst, while the single parent home, all depends on the characteristics of the home and how things are being managed.
Now,
All right, Danielle. Thank you,
Daniela is a social worker.
Yes,
Repeat
what
that
I'm
one more
talking about.
time. So now we got context. She's a social worker. One more time, Will.
Many of my clients have both parents, and they are the worst, while the single parent home, it depends on the characteristics of the home and how things are being managed.
Yes. Where you at, Tiffany? I know you out there.
I say it all the time. Them suburban kids are retarded, man.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
We do that, Don?
Yo, hold up, man.
Everybody in this room live in the suburbs.
Yo, all our
We
kids
we all
suburban
got
kids.
suburban kids.
Me,
Oh, I love it.
Will,
I love it.
Maine, and Dapper,
I love
all our kids suburban kids. These suburban kids retarded, man. So they burnt out.
I'm just gonna say this. A
They
social worker,
retarded, bro.
They lazy. They smarter than us, though.
They
Hey,
retarded,
look,
bro.
They ain't got common sense, man.
And I'm gonna keep it all jokes aside. The kids shooting up these schools are suburban kids. Hood kids with single parents ain't single. I'm gonna say single parents. They not going to school shoot with the shooting up the school.
you
on
can
them.
just stop. You can stop. You can just stop. That ain't going to school part.
I think that's why.
That way you can stop at. They ain't going to school to shoot nobody, but they ain't going to school. That just stop right there. Just stop right there. Just stop right there. Everybody ain't shoot nobody. They ain't there.
Gotta be
They
gotta be
shoot
inside
somebody down the
first, huh?
street. They're trying to take over their block. That's who they shoot.
Hey, so Don,
That's why.
you're a success story for real, for real. Oh, I'm gonna give you a flowers too, and I get a lot of game from you. I get a lot of game from you, whether you know it or not.
I
But-
appreciate it, my brother.
Were you raised with both parents?
I was.
Okay.
Yep. My parents were married over 60 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you're from the South.
Yeah.
So, Will, is that a thing like the South opposed to the North? Are they like more like family value? Like, if I'm saying
I
it
would think
correctly,
I
you know
would
what I'm
think
saying?
Yeah, I think the family dynamic is more
I would
prevalent
In the South, right?
Yeah.
It seemed like that.
Yeah.
For real. It seemed
Uh,
like
I'll just tell you this from being in a family where the mother stayed there is that the women just take a whole lot more. That's all I'm. I don't
Yeah,
mean
that's
that
a
in a
good
bad.
point,
I don't
bro.
mean that in a bad way. If there's any women out there, because it shows us extreme amount of loyalty, but
Yeah.
they take a whole lot off their men, and they hang in there. They hang in there through the thick and thin.
That come from
the
their
bad
religion?
time. Yeah. So when
Does it come from their religion?
no, it don't come from their religion. It just comes from they usually get married early. Most of the from my parents' generation, they married in their teens, late teens, and you make a commitment and you just stay with it through the thick and thin. And I ain't saying there wasn't no problems. There wasn't people doing things they shouldn't do, but nobody went anywhere.
Right.
And that just where it goes.
but it can be the era your parents grew up in.
I would say so, because it sure won't happen now. It definitely
Damn,
was an
sure
era
won't.
where they were definitely loyal, almost to a fault. They were so loyal.
Yeah.
But when you ain't making much, they were working for a dollar a day, $20 a week. Where you gonna go when you leave and you might have 3 or 4 kids? Where you going? Where you going?
That's damn near what we were saying last week, Bert, when we were saying that we said Donald and Nora, we said racism actually made the black family structure stronger
Yeah,
in a sense.
because you had to depend on your household.
So
We
I
was
would
more
think
together.
racism played a part along with the financial stability or whatever in your parents staying together.
So what about the Willie Lynch story then?
The what?
I mean, it was there.
The Willie Lynch story was they brought a slave owner from England over to America in the 1800s, or maybe even the 1700s, to teach the white slave owners how to keep their slaves in line.
Right.
And the thing, and their methodology was pitting us against each other, light skin against
Light
dark,
skin versus dark skin,
rich
young
against
versus old.
rich, tall against short.
Yeah.
And so we in our hood, we call it the crab syndrome. See,
Yeah.
we don't even know it, but we already know that every time you get ready to succeed in our community, there's somebody trying to pull you down.
Perhaps in the
Somebody
form.
not happy for you.
Right.
That's a generational thing that we don't even realize that will play race, and it still is. And he said this. it would last for over 200 years. And we still do it to each other
All
to
for
this
it right
day,
now.
over 200 years from now. We hate to see each other succeed. We have a problem with somebody else getting ahead when we're the same color. I was
about to say, my question would be, why is that?
like I said, when we were in slavery,
It's
we
been
were
embedded
trained
in
to
us.
be that way.
Exactly.
Like, why was the house Negro light skin? Because that made everybody out in the field not like that individual because they looked like they were being privileged. So it's all about pitting. And once you start filling out reasons not to like each other, it's just like saying, look at my neighbor over there got a new car. Wonder what they doing. How they going? How they go buy that house? We do that kind of stuff to this day.
And this is purely American. You'll never see a light skin versus black skin, dark skin conversation in countries like Egypt, Morocco.
Oh, Lord.
That debate is
No,
not
for real. I was about to say that, and I kept saying it.
forced on us the way it was forced on
Oh,
America.
hell no. The Haitians and
kept
Dominicans on that
saying that.
light skin, dark skin shit.
Hey,
Asian.
rich
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
poor. It's all kind of dynamics.
It
there.
depends on the
It's that
country,
one.
then.
It's that one.
It depends on the country. then.
Different.
She's saying they don't have that where she from.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have that at all.
Okay.
Like, there's no.
And as you see, her mother went to work in Saudi Arabia and dropped the kids off with the aunts and the grandmas and everything was all good.
Okay.
The village where she from, the village is still raising the child.
Mhm.
We don't have a village.
In the same family, you have multiple different shades, and the color is not a debate there the way it is in America. I'm just saying that there, it's like it's not the focal thing. I think white people through slavery made colorism such a focal part of the whole
Well,
thing, their identity.
Yeah, they did. When they came over on the boats and they picked you up, we didn't look like them, so the color started right there.
But
Brought you
what
back
we
over
said
on
200
boats.
years later is it'll fade over time, I think. But the thing is, like like in Palestine, for example, even where there's like a similar like trauma and struggle where people are getting kicked out and all that and killed in masses, and even through a genocide, you can like when Syria when the dictator got overthrown, there were people coming out of jails that had no homes, and everybody was taking somebody to their house to pay for them and to fend for them because people have been in dungeons for 40 years. You're taking a stranger in your house, and just even like my family got like 2 cousins that we were told they're our cousins, but we have no reason to believe they're our cousins. But they're in
Yeah, hold on. Y'all still believe in
like we still have that level of we don't know them. They've been in jail for 40 years. They don't
And
know
y'all brought them in the house?
Yeah, in Syria. My
Wow.
cousin literally called my mom the day after. They're in our house now. Because it's
Wow.
like
See, that's different, bro.
That's what trauma is supposed to do. That's what, if there's no third party that's forcing you to act different and divide, which America always does, divide and conquer. If there's no party that's doing that, the natural response is through trauma and a collective struggle, you get closer together. Who gonna take
Yeah,
up?
that's a fact.
They're ours,
That's a
they're our
fact.
family.
That's a fact. Because that's how we was during slavery
Yeah.
and fresh out of slavery. So the oppressed is closer together. Speaking of family, if you're the breadwinner of your family, are you obligated to hold your family down? What you think, Don?
Yeah. And playing a male role, absolutely, I think so. If I'm the breadwinner, which I try to take the lead on that, just being the male, yes, I think it is my role to hold the family down. That means be there for my kids to the end and do everything I can to make sure they can take the next step to where they can become independent.
No, not the
No,
kids.
not that family.
Not that family.
What family?
Sisters, brothers,
Auntie
cousin,
and them.
auntie, grandma.
No.
Well, not grandma, because I'm a whole grandma down.
Right. Shout out Nanny.
Grandma get whatever. Grandma and mom Dukes get whatever. You know what
I
mean?
just believe that
And my
in
mom-
that case, you just need to be a family member and be there. Be there for everybody, but I ain't got to be everything to everybody. I just, when we have family reunions, I'm there. Christmas, I'm there. But no, it ain't my responsibility to tell other grown people that
financially
my siblings
support.
do.
Yeah, you can work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
that's-
you
No,
think, Lord?
and holding them down definitely ain't giving them no money. Talking about let me take care of you. No.
I need dinner, Dad. Damn, bro.
DJ, that's a very
not
Muslim
a sibling. Not a sibling. I tell you what, might find something for you could do for me to where I can get something out of it and I can pay you. How about that? But we're gonna get something back in return. House sit, wash the car, pressure wash the house, something. Cut the grass, something.
Damn.
Yeah.
I've
real
never
cool.
seen a non-Muslim have that mentality, BJ. Like it's always Muslims that think like that's why men inherit twice as much as women in Sharia law, because men are expected to take care of their whole family, their sisters, their mom, their grandma, everybody. But I've never seen a non-Muslim express that sentiment that if their sister needed to be held down, you got to hold down her and her family.
But they hold women back so they can't get some of that though. So
Yeah,
they should be.
I want my inheritance. Nobody doing that shit. My brother would have been
We talking about the majority, not the unique minority like we're looking at right here.
I was not defending Islam.
Yeah,
No.
hey.
Give me my inheritance. My brother ain't paying for shit, but they used to.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion on abortion, as far as it comes to like?
I think a woman should be able to decide to do with her body whatever she wants to do with it. Period. That's hers. That's her body. I don't think I should be able to sit in a room or lean on her religion or lean on my position and tell her what she can and can't do.
All right, hold on. Let me set this up better.
All right.
So Trump is pro. Is anti.
We don't know what he is really. So
Trump is different every year.
yeah, he changed with whatever he needs to say right now, and that's a smart thing too.
Okay. He did switch up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Black people want to have abortion so bad, so he did switch up, right? But
black people would have abortion so bad.
but at one point he was anti-abortion. The Democrats were pro-abortion. So do you feel like, I mean, why are the Democrats and for real black people so pro-abortion?
They pro-choice. So you picking the name abortion, they're picking the word choice, giving a woman a chance to make a decision based on her own body and with her own doctor. That's a choice. That's not about abortion. What name they gave it, what name they gave the procedure has nothing to do with what they're standing on.
BJ, a child, as you've expressed, seems to be almost 80% at least a woman's responsibility when it comes to time. You're telling, why should anybody else be able to tell me that I am forced to have a child that I don't want? Whether that's the child of my rapist, whether I'm too young, whether I don't have the finances to support it. Why do we need more unwanted children in this world? There's so many of them. I'd rather force people to adopt kids than not allow people to get rid of a kid they don't want. Nobody wants that kid. What's the point of raising more unwanted kids?
So the first thing I would say is there are exemptions to abortion. It would be rape, incest, and
what about I'm 18 and broke?
Life threatening.
I'm 18 and have no money whatsoever.
I think we might need to look that up.
But like you said, look it up, especially in Georgia. I've been going through this all year. Everyone has been attacking me about Trump being anti-abortion. Look it up, especially in Georgia.
Well, look, here's the thing with attacking you on that. I can't attack you because you feel like a person should not have one. That should be one of them subjects right there where I should be able to stand on my principles. You can stand on yours. And if I don't want to follow you, don't put you in office. You should be able to have your opinion. I don't know why somebody get upset. Why you gonna get upset when you have the right to believe what you want to believe?
I've been called a coon and everything because I support Trump.
Yeah.
I've been called a coon and everything. I've been called a coon by niggas that got white wives and everything, man.
Yeah.
Because I support Trump. So, you know what I'm saying? Black people are different. But listen.
That's your boy.
The exceptions are right, BJ. The ones you said: medical emergency, medically futile pregnancy, rape, or incest.
Let her go. Let her go.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
And so that should be the only reason a woman can make a decision on her own body. She got to be in a crisis. So why the woman died here in Georgia about 2 months ago when they wouldn't allow her the procedure and they let her sit in the operating room for about 16 hours?
That's again. So you
watching fake news.
Watching the news.
Okay. That was CNN. That was CNN. My bad. My bad. That was John Berman,
bro.
John Berman died from the abortion pill she took. She was having twins. She died. She had a messed up reaction from the abortion pill she took.
They didn't take all the fetal tissue.
I will say this about Republicans over the last 8 years. You guys have gotten to be very good at turning something around. I mean the finesse in which y'all answer questions and debate things that went to another whole level. Did you hear what you just said?
That's a fact.
Somebody
You
done told-
gotta look at the facts.
Wait. Why that ain't fake news? She took an abortion pill. Why that ain't fake news?
Because they didn't do research on it.
Did you give her the pill? Were you there?
I might as well have.
It came from multiple news sources, Teflon.
But listen, what I did was because I was really interested in it, and a girl. Once again, I've been attacked all year. Because I'm a Trump supporter, I've been attacked all year, so I have to do research on everything that people coming at me about. She took abortion pills. She really died from the effects of the abortion pill. That's the only reason why I know about it. Because the media was so against Trump, and you can see that now because
the media
everyone is apologizing, Don. Everyone is apologizing, Don. Everyone is paying millions of dollars for defamation suits.
Oh Lord! See, hold on. Now you're doing what Republicans doing again. You're conflating one issue with another issue. Now you're taking the millions they paid to the Washington Post for ABC for
Pay
what
the Trump.
George Stephanopoulos said.
Pay the Trump.
Into the abortion conversation.
Pay
I
to
told you I
Trump.
watched the news. I told you I know what's going on. Those two things ain't the same.
Because it was sexual assault and not rape. He didn't actually rape her. He only assaulted her. That's worth 15 million. That's defamation. That ruined his. He can't have a reputation.
I'm not saying that he didn't defame, but that had nothing to do with the subject that we were talking about. That was a whole nother
and
subject.
the context of that other topic, it's another topic, and the context shows that it was a stupid thing that he made 15 million off of for no reason other than we want.
They were really 16. Let's not always ABC paid 16. It was not 50. It was 16. So let's talk. And it was record breaking. But guess what? If the guy that coming into the presidency is a guy that you know will retaliate, and you done something that's wrong.
How you know that? How you know that, Don?
How I know what?
Who he retaliated against?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Who he retaliated against?
Look here, man. Look here. That's one thing I like about Trump. He
knows?
make you scared to come up against him because he coming with guns blazing.
Now you
I
changing
like
the
that about
goalpost.
it. And
Now
you
you
do
moving
too.
the goalpost.
And you do too.
Now
And
you
do
moving
too.
the goalpost.
Yeah.
You said
I ain't moved the goalpost. I'm saying he will retaliate. And here's how I know. When those guys that's in the Republican Party that don't want to go along with him, get what his son, who you like, said. Oh, we're gonna campaign against you. They get them out of office in the primary. They call it primarying. I know you know you're a Republican. So we're gonna primary you. That's what they do to people that fall out of line.
It's called the democracy. They got to
Oh,
vote.
that's what they call? I thought you was
vote.
against that. I thought y'all didn't know what that meant.
See, the problem is you guys didn't vote for Kamala. That's the problem. Y'all didn't vote for Kamala. Y'all just pushed y'all kicked Joe Biden in his ass.
And her name
got
is
him up
Kamala.
out of there and just threw Kamala in it. Y'all didn't vote.
Stephen A. Smith.
It's Kamala. It's Kamala. It's Kamala.
The Republicans voted for Trump.
It's Kamala. It's Kamala.
We definitely remember the pronunciation nowadays.
It's Kamala.
Hey, Stephen A. Don.
Her
Stephen A.
little niece
Smith
is
said
trying
the
to tell
Democrats
y'all how to
lied.
say it. Kamala. She tried to come out there and tell you Kamala. She tried to tell y'all. But I'm
Your boy
saying,
Stephen A. done changed his tune.
oh Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
He said y'all lied, Don.
Yeah. I saw him. I saw him.
What are you trying to get tune about? Because you know what? He don't want to lose his job either.
Oh,
So
he
guess
got
what?
his job because he's speaking the
CNN
truth.
and ESPN is not Trump's favorites.
Everyone that speaks the truth lose their job.
He got his podcast, Pop. Shout out Stephen A.
I'm glad you said they spoke the truth, so I ain't even gonna argue with you.
He said
I'm
Democrats
gonna
is
co-sign-
right.
I'm gonna co-sign that.
We got any more questions from the chat, Will?
No, they laughing at you. They said stop it with your Trumpness.
See, that's see what I'm saying?
They coming through him in the chat. They
This
coming
see what
for
I'm
him in the
saying?
chat.
I've been attacked all year. I've been attacked all year.
Poor
No,
you.
that's fucked up because Trump
Poor
is the
you.
only one that's probably gonna stop that bullshit.
Listen.
Nor
They
you
know you're
watch
gonna be
The
in
View?
Trump's cabinet.
You watch
PR guy.
You, Nor?
When they get on the news.
Did you see what they said about JFK Jr.? Or RFK Jr., my bad.
What is it about him and his anti-vaccine stuff?
He's not a doctor?
No.
Yo, come on, stop that. Stop. Wait a minute. So now we gotta have a medical degree to know that the fucking vaccines is some
To
bullshit.
be a U.S. health secretary,
Oh,
you have to have a background in health.
I didn't hear you say you'll go to court
employment
without a
law.
lawyer like Nora. I didn't hear you say that, but you'll go to the doctor and don't take a vaccine. That's why they cut him off. Trump didn't cut you off. Yeah, he done lost his feed. Trump.
Hey, we'll be back, man.
I'm still here.
Good damn bad son,
I ain't lose
man.
my feed. The
We
colonel
didn't
dead.
Good damn bad
Society didn't
son.
cut you
I
off.
lose my feed.
DJ, U.S. health secretary requires a background in health.
Yeah. I would hope so.
Employment law.
BJ said, you mean to tell me you gotta have a degree in medicine?
No, you just gotta have an opinion on the matter. It seems to me that's the only requirement. You just gotta be passionate about it in any way. And you got the job, you hired, and have some link to some politician. You're in.
Oh my God. He was dead serious too.
He's a fucking idiot. What the, like, he
Yeah,
should be
you got to have a doctor degree to tell that the vaccines
To be
don't
a
work.
doctor?
Hold on, man. Hold on. So y'all, wait a minute. So
We didn't took over. We didn't took over.
what's your gripe?
Like, share, subscribe,
We
y'all.
done took
Like, share,
over.
subscribe.
We done
Right?
took over.
We can't even see y'all no more. They don't see nobody but us.
We coming, man. We
Good dad, bad son.
We
So
gonna start from the
right-
top right now. Wait
All
until
right,
you
so
know.
hold on. So you agree that the vaccine was good for the people? That's what you're saying, Donald?
I'm still here.
Is that what you're saying? The vaccine was good for the people?
I ain't saying it was bad. So yeah, I'm saying it's good because it wasn't bad.
So why they
what
taking
happened?
the shit back then? Why they saying that the vaccine killed people?
Who taking it back? Your
They
fault?
all, everybody, Dr. Fauci and all of them, and saying that you didn't even need the vaccine.
Lord. Dr. Fauci trying to keep him going to jail because y'all act like y'all don't like him because of what he did during the pandemic. Come on now. He's
All right.
scared right now.
All right,
He's
let me
scared.
go here with it. Nora, did you take the vaccine?
I
Life
took
threats.
3 of them. I took 3 vaccines because I
Yeah.
wasn't allowed to do anything if I didn't. I wasn't allowed to leave my country.
Oh,
I
yeah,
wasn't
New
allowed
York.
to-
Are you crazy?
I wasn't allowed to work.
Don't put it on that. Just
Are
say
you
you
crazy,
did what you know
Nora?
you had to do.
I did not want to do it. I would not want to do a vaccine. I'm young. I'm healthy. I'm good. I had no reason to do it. But if you tell me you can't
I
get
wanted
one,
to
you
do
can't
it.
get an education without it, I'm gonna
He
continue.
still got the
I
card.
wanted to
You
do
don't
it.
even need the card no more. He
Yes,
still
I
got
still
the
got
card.
my
It's not in
card.
your pocket.
Yes.
Why do you still have the card?
It's 2024.
BJ, I don't think it was
Yes.
well studied enough. Oh, he's gone. Well, that makes the argument easier. I won.
So, Nora,
I put it back in my wallet.
you was forced to do something you didn't want to do.
And I didn't like that. That's not right. But there's a lot of vaccines, and there's still something called public health, and it's a valid science, and it needs somebody with a science background to
Oh,
make
back up again. It's a valid science. Say that one more time for these guys.
It's a valid science. Public health is
Thank
a really complex science that needs somebody with an understanding of these issues to know how to deal with the public health crisis.
So,
I gotta go out.
so what? All right. So for the people that didn't take the vaccine, that's still healthy and alive and living and kicking, what you got to say about that?
If you healthy, you wasn't gonna die. I don't
Right.
obviously,
You wasn't gonna die. You were healthy anyway.
Just like bird flu is scary right now, the unknown is scary. We didn't know what it was capable of. I don't think that we should have been forced to do it as young, healthy adults, but we had to look out for the old people that started dying at crazy rates. So they had to.
Tell them no.
But I don't believe in forcing. I don't believe in forcing it. The fact that I wasn't able to get an education or a job at a fucking bar in New York without taking the vaccine was crazy. I don't believe in that. But I do believe that you still need to make some sort of decision. And I just think the decision to impose it on everybody was
On
extreme.
your phone.
So you did it. So you did it to keep your job, basically.
When I was living with my mom, and my mom has some health issues, I did feel inclined to take 1 dose of the vaccine just because my mom
Thank you.
was scared shitless. And I didn't think they were trying to give me autism or whatever sort of theory you have. I didn't think that I didn't see any signs of some grand conspiracy. I thought it was just not studied well enough for me to put it in my body without having a specific reason to do so. And if my mom might die, then that's a good reason for me to do that. But other than that, I don't think we should force everybody. I think everybody should have been able to make that determination based on the old people around them, their health condition. I think we should have been allowed that decision.
Hey, yo, Stud,
Oh.
get on the Republican side, man. Get on the Republican side, Stud. I'm in these comments now. Get on the
Funeral
Republican
stud.
side.
Hey, yo,
All right,
I'm gonna
so-
dip to the. I'm gonna.
So let me ask you this: do y'all believe in immunization for the children?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I wouldn't give it to myself if I wouldn't give it to the children. If I'm gonna give it to me, I certainly want them to have it. Because guess what? They don't even have a chance to make a decision on their own. So I gotta make the right decision for them. I can't leave that up to them.
Y'all some good goyim.
Yeah, we are. Call it whatever you want. I don't even know what that means, but I'm one of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you what it means. The Jews call goyim sheep.
Okay.
Good goyim. Y'all some good goyim.
Yeah, I'm a good follower.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Man.
I follow it,
Right
man.
now. So you should be a student of history. Forever, the government have been injecting stuff in
now you want to go to Birmingham. I tell you, I know all the news. You want to go back and say when they injected syphilis in us, right? You want to go back to that? I understand.
Nora, I'm surprised in you, but of course. You trying to work. You was trying to make.
Don't you let him run no guilt trip on you, Nora.
You have to be equally as scared of the diseases as you are of the government. It's like you act like you're not scared of polio. Like polio is a thing. These diseases are crazy. Chickenpox, mumps. These diseases are crazy. There's kids that drop dead from polio. 7-year-olds
Thank you very much.
drop dead from polio. There was a polio outbreak in Palestine 7 months ago when they starved the whole nation. That's a real disease.
Where was the polio?
Israel doesn't offer vaccines to Palestinian kids. That tells me all I need to know. Probably need those vaccines.
Where was polio at?
In Palestine, there was an outbreak of polio mid-pandemic because we were being starved because they didn't let us eat water or drink food or shower. So there was a huge polio outbreak. And obviously, we don't have access to vaccines. We don't have widespread access to vaccines. We can't deal with a public health crisis when there's no fucking secretary, there's no government, there's no nothing.
Oh, that's
I'm willing to bet they gave y'all polio.
Oh my goodness.
There's suspicions of that.
Oh my goodness. It's a conspiracy everywhere.
Israel gave y'all polio. I'm willing to bet Israel.
There's suspicions of that. That is
shit over there.
Oh, you got Nora agreeing with it. Like
I don't agree with it. I'm saying it is a theory. It is a theory. I don't know any data supporting it, but it is a theory because it was fucking weird. Polio is not supposed to be prevalent in this day and age.
I'm willing to bet Israel gave it
is fully vaccinated, and there are neighbors.
And we gonna act like the U.S. government didn't give the Tuskegee guys in Birmingham, like you said, or whatever, syphilis. We're gonna act like the U.S. government didn't give the Native immigrants, the Native American, the Native Indian, what they gave them with the blankets, smallpox. Thank you, man. Yeah, I'm a student of history. I don't immunize my kids. I'm not taking no vaccines. I'm not doing none of that shit. I'm not doing none of that shit. Y'all wildin'. Don, you was talking about the Willie Lynch theory and all that. You a part of the government, man. They gonna put whatever they want in you, man. They gonna do it, man. They gonna do it.
Hey, look, I look at it like this right here. The life expectancy is about 85. All right. So once you get up about around 50 or 60, you already in grace period. So why am I worried about all that right there at that point in time? Hey, everything. So after a while, you have to just look at it and say, come on now. You're just trying to get to the finish line. You ain't gonna be here forever anyway. So why are you fighting the funk?
Okay, we don't gotta fight the funk. I just want y'all to admit that the government was wrong. Because they admitted it.
They were wrong whenever they wrong. I'm still waiting on my 40 acres and a mule.
Nah, they ain't never.
Damn sure,
I'm still waiting on that.
You need to pack the lunch. It's gonna be a long day.
So Nora, you got your boosters and everything?
I got one booster. Yeah, I got 2 boosters. I couldn't go to Cornell without 3 vaccines. That was a requirement that I had to be tested every day on camp, every 2 days on campus.
I could. Why you ain't call Rel and tell Rel to give you a COVID card?
I didn't know Rel or Omar then.
COVID card. He's got COVID card.
Yo, got any questions from the chat? What y'all got? Who got Will?
COVID card. Funeral Stud said, you know I'm out here, bro. I'm Black Republican. Greg Will said that's the government. Funeral Stud.
You want to know who that was, didn't you? You want to know who that was?
Yeah, you know. Who said that? Who said that? You know I want to know for sure.
Hey Don, you live out here, right? In Atlanta, right?
I do.
First of all,
we fucked up right now.
See what I'm saying? That's Democrat shit. Democrats lie all the time. First of all, we not in Atlanta. We in Gwinnett County.
Okay, I'm in Metro Atlanta. I'm in Metro Atlanta.
You live in Gwinnett.
Yeah, I'm in Metro Atlanta.
Don, we number 3 nationwide, man, in fucking HIV, man. Y'all need to wrap that shit up, man. That's disgusting, bro. Stop passing this shit around, man. Go hide somewhere. Go figure it out.
And then the man was about to put AIDS on you.
Hold on. Let's back up.
I was just gonna ask you what you thought about it. I was just gonna ask her a question, man. Don't listen to this slander, man. This is slander. This is banter.
Hey, but look though, it's like anything else in life, right? It's the population. This city welcomes a diverse community. In a diverse community, you're gonna have things that happen within those communities. That's why you're number one. If this was a town or a city that didn't welcome different genders, nationalities, and all other kind of things and sexual orientations, yeah, you would be low, but you would be intolerant. You can't have it both. You can't have both. I bet you San Francisco, you can name some cities across the country, probably in the top 5.
We number 3. We not top 1 or 2.
California's 1 and Florida's 2.
Matter of fact.
I said California's 1 and Florida's 2. But if your argument is correct, then why isn't New York top 5? New York has every sort of orientation, gender, race.
Yeah, but I think when you got a melting pot of people come from different countries, you will have a lot of different religions. When you have a lot of different religions, most religions don't go along with that kind of lifestyle. So when you start looking at New York, you start looking at a whole lot of different religions. And that's why they have gay people have such a hard time in the South, because this is the Bible Belt part of the country, and they are treated like they're not wanted, or half citizens, or whatever. However you want to look at it, it's only because of where we are geographically. That's my thing. It's kind of like pot, for instance. It's legal up north, not down here, not in the Bible Belt area. So hey, it's certain things that they don't let that ain't happening. So it's where you at. It's where you at. That's so wrap it up or not wrap it up. It's got more to do with how much activity is going on. There's a lot high activity.
So look, I got the top cities in the United States for HIV/AIDS. So it's Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Miami, Florida, Memphis, Tennessee, Atlanta, Georgia, Baltimore, Maryland, Washington, D.C., Georgia again.
We can't be that.
Florida and Louisiana.
Why is New York not there? I really am confused by that. I thought it would be 1.
Just told you.
Didn't see that coming.
Plus, people in New York got a good way of hiding things. Y'all are the experts at it.
Yo, go ahead, dog.
Hey,
I
don't know who listening. I don't throw no shit. I don't know who listening, but they are creative. They are the most creative individual, and they love to tell you that when they come down south. Because they think they have an advantage when they come down and they start communicating with us. And
the first 2 years with BJ was trash.
That's a fact.
They think we slow. They think we slow now.
Yeah, man. And a lot of them get tricked up like that.
Oh yeah.
A lot of them get tricked up like that. And I ain't gonna front. I was one of them. Yeah. Until I've been down here long enough to realize these niggas ain't slow. Right. These niggas just chilling. They ain't slow though, for sure. These niggas just chilling, man. But shit, what else y'all got, man? We good, man.
Thought y'all was gonna talk about Fannie Willis, since she a part of your
man. Fannie Willis. You went to school with Fannie Willis, Don? Fannie Willis is done.
She got these niggas scared to death though.
No, I didn't go to school with her, but I'll say this about her: she should have expected what she got.
What is
whenever you start mixing business with pleasure, you getting your money where you get your honey, however you want to look at it, you're gonna have a problem. You do not get your money where you
not
get
only
your
that,
honey.
she should have left Teflon Don alone.
Well, that is why she got exposed, and she could have continued to do what she do until something else would have happened. But I can just tell you this. That brought it out, but it was going to come out sooner or later anyway, because you can't do that kind of stuff. You just can't do it professionally. Sooner or later, an ethics board was going to come along, a disgruntled employee that she fired, somebody was going to say, a whistleblower was going to come from somewhere. That's why you can't do it. So
what you gonna say, Nora?
I just don't think it's that crazy. Like the standard is supposed to be a conflict of interest that creates an appearance of impropriety. How is it improper for somebody to be fucking or having relations with somebody that's on their same side? She's not fucking the defense attorney. She's not like opposite sides. That's what creates an appearance of impropriety. If you are with the other side, but they both prosecutors, and yeah, she hired him. So what? Trump hiring everybody, all his buddies
There's
is
no
hired.
conflicts of interest.
It's a normal
Well,
thing.
let me answer
I
that.
kinda
Let
agree
me,
with
let
that.
me answer that then.
I agree
If
with
you
that.
start making questionable judgments in your own life, how do I know you are trying me correctly and not bringing false stuff up on me when
Why
you're
do
not
you
living
that
right
for?
yourself? When you don't have enough discipline in your own life
It's
to
not
do the right.
discipline.
And when you sit up in courtroom and say you pay cash for everything, you almost discredit yourself right there. You pay
It's
cash for
personal.
everything.
I just don't like that the fact that you want to work as a prosecutor for the government, now you're going to be put to this high standard of you can't do anything. Like it's personal. We all gonna do that with whoever we want, and just because I'm a prosecutor and I pay a vacation by cash or whatever, because I know some bullshit gonna happen, because obviously there's ulterior motives. There's always ulterior motives, and there's
I ain't traveling with nobody and going out of town.
what's improper about it?
All cash and staying out, then staying in my crib, staying
Because
somewhere
that's the
else.
standard they feel they need to hold themselves to, because people in the public space
Mhm.
are
Because you're getting
people have to
taxpayer,
be-
you're getting taxpayers' dollars. So taxpayers can hold
There's
you
no proof
accountable.
that they spend
can ask
taxpayer dollars on the vacation.
I'm just
You
saying.
want to tell me that taxpayer your taxpayer
she got
Yes,
caught.
yes.
She got
My
caught.
salary is why you go on vacation. If you weren't making a check, you couldn't go on
She
vacation.
got caught spending money. They just ain't want to lock her up.
So what? Your taxpayer dollars are hiring millions of public people, and they're buying couches and they're buying lives. That's their job. Just because it's from your taxpayer dollars, you should be more upset over the wars that your dollars are funding rather than whether some politician is buying a couch or going on vacation with your dollars. They have to live. They're humans. If I was there, you bet your ass I'd be using my salary to go on vacation. What am I gonna stay and be a politician my whole life?
Usually that's what they try to do. That's why we're trying to get them out of DC right now. We ain't got nobody
What
but
is this
80-year-olds up there.
expectation?
They done made a whole life out of politics. We need to reshuffle the deck. Yes, they do try to stay in forever. They do.
They're not making millions at the end of the day. Like this prosecutor
But
isn't
you know what?
as far as the other attorneys, she probably could make more money working in Big Law in New York City.
I'd rather have power than money. They got power. Where they go, what they do, people listen and people pay attention. Power is a different thing than money. Power make people do things for you that you couldn't pay them to do.
That's a fact.
Good shit, bro. I like that.
Power. That's why they do it. Why you think Mitch McConnell, he falling all down, falling out of chair, but he will not step down because power. It's intoxicating. Think about it. I guarantee you when you're doing arguments, you feel a different kind of adrenaline than you do when you're preparing for a trial. It power when you're in control and you own the room, everybody listening to you, that's intoxicating. That's why they don't go anywhere. And when they walk into a restaurant, they don't buy no meals. When they go get a car, they don't buy cars. They want them to drive their car and eat in their restaurant. So everything's free. So they don't have to make $1 million.
I don't agree with the shit that Eric Adams was doing. Eric Adams having a 40 grand a year membership to an exclusive club and being in the clubs all night and till 4 or 5 a.m. every single weekend. I don't agree with a public official having that type of lifestyle and spending that type of money for a yearly membership to a club.
Hey, Eric Adams' suit game went up when he started dressing all different.
I don't want you stunting my money in my face, but I just don't think what she did was that crazy.
He started rocking $2,000 suits when he got in office.
Eric Adams went crazy. Eric Adams, the power got to his head real quick, and he went on a stupid interview talking about I have to be in the clubs at night because I'm the mayor of New York, the city that never sleeps.
Hey, Eric Adams, a different animal.
That boy keep it G.
He taking a page out of my boy that used to be up in Washington, D.C., Marion Barry. Marion Barry used to be in hotel rooms snorting cocaine with prostitute, but he kept his office for 12 years up there or more.
Hey, who pardoned him?
He died.
Oh.
He died. Larry Barry died.
Oh, never mind. My
but
bad.
I think he might have got him pardoned, but he still was a man.
I was thinking about Patrick. Kwame.
Oh, I didn't know they had done him. He was out of Chicago, wasn't he?
Detroit or Chicago.
Detroit. They caught him up. His mom was in politics up there, and he started doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah. My man Trump pardoned him.
Trump about to pardon Adams too.
Hey man,
He loved to pardon people, politicians that got rich off of politics.
all the patriots from January 6th.
Man,
The
Adams.
patriots.
Listen, Eric Adams
The
is
hostages.
changing his tune. Eric Adams is doing right. He getting the migrants, the illegal immigrants up out of New York. He's doing right now. He changed his tune. That's all. He's doing right. He's being a good boy. being a good boy.
Oh, I can't wait. I hope some takes come in on that. What he being a good boy?
He's being a good boy.
Oh,
But
America,
Eric
speak
Adams,
up, America.
Eric Adams got
Good
some
old
shady
boy.
shit with him. The feds was about to lock his ass up, so he need to be on Trump's good side.
Oh, so that what got him off?
At least he's smart enough to do that.
That what got him
He
off?
asked
What?
for his proceedings to be stayed until Trump is inaugurated.
At least he's smart enough to jump shit.
That's what's gonna happen. They're gonna wait on him. Trump gonna go on into the sunset. They're gonna wait on Adams. They're gonna get him. Watch it.
Now he gonna pardon Adams. He gonna pardon Adams.
Well,
He was gonna pardon Biden's son too. That's why Biden lied and went back and pardoned his own son. He was gonna pardon Biden's son too.
Okay. I wouldn't have waited on that either if I was Biden. I wouldn't have waited on that.
Maybe there.
Yo, Trump really a good dude. Y'all gotta stop, man. Trump
Hey,
really a
look
good
at him,
dude,
man. I got a Trump robe downstairs. So I just stayed in Trump Plaza. I got some Trump cufflinks. I ain't got nothing against Trump, but if somebody's gonna tell a lie, I gotta call him a liar. I don't care if it's my brother.
I ain't mad at that.
You don't think it's fucked up that the last ongoing trial that Trump has, he's not going to face those charges until 2029, and he got 14 co-defendants that's going to face those charges in a year? You don't think it's fucked up that just because you're president, your co-defendants get to go through that shit and you get a 6-year break from it?
No.
I'll say this: the people in America
Why
voted.
felons can't vote then? Why felons can't get job with an open case even before convicted?
Well,
Why are there
people-
all these rules about felons if felons can become president and have their trial postponed for 7 years?
Let me just say this, Nora. Those laws and rules were in place before Trump, long before Trump even came.
But we never thought they would be used. That's the thing. We never
It
thought
don't matter what you
time
thought.
we used them.
It don't
Well,
matter
like what we
you
say in
thought.
society, right? It's levels
It
to this.
don't matter what you thought.
It's levels to this.
The Constitution was already in place centuries before Trump came.
This is how America gonna drive itself to the mud. America gonna keep thinking that the Constitution is set in stone from ages ago. Same way all these conservative religions that could not adapt to changing times get stuck on 200 years
They
ago.
do need to update the Constitution.
Yeah,
They do.
update
Well,
stuff.
All I can say, by the time that happens, I won't even be here, so that ain't gonna be my problem. Because it ain't gonna change no time soon. Because it's working and it made too many people powerful and rich. So that's why they won't let things change. And I'll just say this when we were talking about racism, and I'll say this in the defense of the people on the other side of that spectrum. If you ran something for over 200 years, would you give it up easy? Would you just let it go? Would you just say, oh, okay, let's make it all willy-nilly and even? I'm just saying from the perspective, now I want it to be even. I want equality, but if I had control for 200 plus years, one day when you rise up and say, hold on, too much changing and changing too fast. This ain't the way my founding fathers wanted this to be. That's what we're experiencing right now. That's what we're going through. And I care to venture, if your ancestors owned a whole lot, you wouldn't want nobody to take it either. That's kind of what we're dealing with. Now I know gonna be some brothers out there mad at me for that statement, but really, it's like sports. When you got a winning team, you don't even care if the referee make a bad call if he make it for your team. Just don't make it for the other team. Same thing.
But that's because we're rewarding the wrong values. It's a democracy. It's meant to be a democracy. The people are supposed to choose not the most powerful, the most whatever.
The people did choose.
Let me just say that about the democracy.
85%
the voting
of the
system is
country
rigged.
chose Trump.
Yeah, but we live in a capitalist society, though. That kind of like an oxymoron. I don't know how you can have a democracy when you're saying money wins.
Because America has got too capitalist for its own good. The fact that Elon Musk has $450 billion and every single
Gonna be the first trillionaire.
It's only rich white men that are ever going to have real enough power to influence an election. It's never going to be a black man. It's never going to be an immigrant. It's never going to be nobody else. The fact that we're comfortable with that concentration of wealth, you know what $450 billion is? That's an insane amount for one individual.
All I'm saying is that they ain't gonna turn it over and give it to you. They ain't
Because
gonna
we
give it to
worship
you.
capitalism for what? What capitalism did for us? If you get cancer tomorrow, God forbid, who gonna pay for
Let
health?
me say this. We don't need to influence an election. We just need money.
Who gonna give you money? Trump gonna give you money, BJ?
No. I'm not saying give us money. I'm not even talking about giving us money. I'm just saying niggas need to get money.
What Elon Musk contributed to lower income communities?
Let me say this. Before Elon Musk got in bed with Trump, he didn't even fuck with Trump. What was Elon Musk doing? Getting money.
Making things we use in our day-to-day lives.
Getting money.
Was he helping others get rich? What was he doing?
Elon Musk.
He's employing a lot of people. If that accounts
It's
for anything.
inevitable. You gotta employ a lot of
No,
people.
you got a good heart. America is not made for people with good hearts.
Where do you see his heart? Like, just give me one thing that showed you his heart, other than your illusion that he's a family man. Or
Who? Trump?
yeah,
I never said he was a family man.
Musk got a good heart.
Good shit, Nora. She said your illusion.
I never said he was a family man.
You
I think he is. Though.
You said other than your
Let's go
illusion.
here. I think he's a family man. He's anti-abortion. He has his family with him. Yeah, I think he's a family man. Matter of fact,
Chat, what y'all think?
yeah, I think he's a family man.
Put it in the
You
chat.
know who I don't think is a family person? Kamala. She has no children and she's pro-abortion. She's a witch. She's a real life witch. Yes. Witches
That boy
hate kids.
He went to Republican school before he came on.
It's no woman's moral duty to have kids. We don't live in that generation no more. We move
If
on.
that didn't sound like it came
Wait,
out the Republican
stop.
playbook.
Nah, don't do that,
Stop it,
Nora.
Nora.
Nah, don't stop us.
Women are put on this earth to have
To
children.
reproduce.
Yes, but if one woman chooses not to have children because she doesn't feel like that's her goal in life, she's not failing mankind. We have enough children.
Wow.
We're overpopulated.
So
Stop
you
acting
think
like every individual woman gotta save mankind and procreate. We don't live in these times no more.
so this 60-something-year-old woman chose not to have children? Is what you're
There's
telling
so
me?
many reasons to choose not to have children. Having children is not the default. Having some random kid by some
alright.
random guy that don't pay, like, that's not the default. That's a lot more negative than a woman to choose her career and to not get children because she just didn't see that in her path. Not every woman is born with a motherly instinct.
So, right, all right, this is
Not
what I'm
every man
saying.
is born with a
This is
fatherly
what I'm saying. You may be right? But when you're campaigning to become a president, why do you have a mobile abortion clinic at your campaign?
Because we had just gone through the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and people were starting to have to travel for that shit, and it was getting crazy. Like, she had to make it a big part of her campaign.
I can't believe you're co-signing that shit, man.
What
I
abortion?
believe that.
I'm co-signing abortions before the first 4 months. I don't think we should be killing babies 2 weeks before they're about to get born. But I think if it's 4 months, you got a reason not to
It's
have
still a
it.
baby. It's still a baby.
It's a fetus. That's not a baby. If I
Yes,
got
it
it out
is.
of the mother's, you wouldn't touch it. If I got it out of your baby mother's stomach, you would not lay a finger on it. It is a fetus. It does not look like a real organism.
If you take it out 4 months early and put it in the incubator, what it's gonna do?
So what? You could say that about your sperm. That don't mean I care about just.
Now, we ain't talking about sperm.
Condom. If
Sperm
you
is
put
totally
sperm with an egg, if you put your sperm with an egg in a little tube,
Sperm never reached the egg.
So the second it reaches the egg, that's when the potential is really. That's when the potential to become.
That's
a
when
baby
you're killing a
materializes.
baby.
What about the
You're
potential
killing
to
a
put
baby.
sperm with any egg, egg
Wrong.
donor? These are all.
I'll just say this.
Oh, let me do this. This way
It's
I'm
Nora's
not at.
choice,
This
though.
way I'm
It's
not
her
at.
choice.
This what I'm gonna get at. Watch this. What's your religion say?
Me?
Yes. 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 You. Yes.
The
You.
religion I grew up with
What
says
does
a
your
lot of
religion
whack
say?
shit.
Islam. What does Islam say?
It's not in favor of it. But
That's
as I
big
mentioned,
talk.
it's also not in favor of me inheriting anything. It's not in favor of me working. It's not in favor of me doing a lot of things that I do.
Yeah. I can take communion. I can take communion.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what does your religion say about abortion, period?
We were populating the earth back then. We were spreading religion through procreation. We had different goals. We don't live in those times no more. I don't need to reproduce. That was literally how they spread Islam. That's why Islam had sex slaves. They would get sex slaves to convert non-Muslims into Muslims, because that's how wars were done back then. It was the norm.
Wait a minute.
Yes, the
I
Prophet.
didn't know Islam had sex slaves.
The Prophet Muhammad had sex slaves. In all these wars that I learned about when we were young, it was normal. When you wipe out a city, you take all the women and you fuck them and you have kids with them. It was normal.
I knew Elijah Muhammad had sex slaves.
They're not called sex slaves, and I'm sure I would be frowned upon by many Muslim Arabs for saying that. They're not called sex slaves, but in reality, they were war slaves. They were from the other side. They didn't want to be fucking you. You invaded their country, and they had to do that because they were taken. It's not like a brutal rape. It's not anything. It was just the cost of war. It was what happened.
And guess what? I'm not gonna put it all on you and your religion. Don, what does your religion say about abortion?
Come on, Don, you gotta let it out, bro.
I am gonna let it out. I'm gonna let it out because here's the thing: what I feel about religion, that's a choice in which you choose to believe in. But I don't know who wrote the book in which we're supposed to go by. If I look at the King James Bible, they'll tell me that somebody wrote it for King James. So is it the gospel? So yeah, every religion is anti-abortion. Every last one of them. Okay? But again,
true.
Who made them the end all be all at the end of the day also? Because it's still man's word that's in that Bible. It still was a translation of time, and a lot of it happened before we was even here. And 66 books is missing. Okay? So
Nora, you brought up Roe versus Wade. Do you know Roe versus Wade come from a white woman that lied about being raped by 4 black men to get an abortion?
The underpinnings might be fucked up. That doesn't mean the actual outcome of the case wasn't good. I didn't know that actually, but I don't see why that's a valid argument.
Also,
I don't even really care.
Also, Planned Parenthood, Margaret Singer is an honorary Ku Klux Klan. Come on, you on the mic, bro? Is an honorary Ku Klux Klan member.
Unfortunately, in America, almost everything seems to have a complex, fucked up racial underpinning to it. Unfortunately, because that's just the fucked up country.
That's my point.
But that doesn't make that doesn't affect the merits of every single thing we're discussing.
Yeah. Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. Hey, Proud Boys, stand back and stand by. What comment is that? Proud Boys, stand back, stand down, and stand by. Like, don't do nothing right now, but wait till I tell you to do it. And that's a racist group. Who said that to them?
Allegedly.
I don't
No. I saw that. I saw that with my own eyes right there.
That allegedly, that's what that means. That can mean a lot of things.
Okay. So we ain't intelligent enough to know what that means. As much hood talk that we do in the hood, we don't know when you tell somebody, hold up, chill out, dog. I'll let you know when to go. That's what he said. Hold up, homie. Hold up, not right now, dog. But stay right there. Hold on. That's what he was doing. And y'all know it. Come on now.
Stud, Stud. Stop.
You gotta be real. Gotta be real.
Stop it, Stud.
Yeah. Come on now.
All I'm saying is, all right, so
come on.
And I've had some abortions in my lifetime. I'm just when
you
it
hear
comes
that,
down.
You're not a woman. How did you have an abortion?
Hey, look, he paid for it.
He paid for something. He paid for something. That's what he telling you. He was trying to get out of trouble.
I paid.
That's how he lives. Right.
Yeah, Nora, go ahead with that.
At the time.
Go ahead with that lawyer shit, Nora.
He financed some.
No, I'm hiring you.
I financed some abortions myself.
No, respectfully.
But when truth be told, y'all said this man Trump is a racist and the devil. Y'all gave him every title in the book, but he's pro-life. He's pro-life. Y'all are pro-death. Y'all wrong. Regardless of what, Nora, you're wrong.
BJ.
You're wrong.
Was
Okay.
he pro-life
You're
when he
wrong.
wanted the Central Park 5 to be killed when they were under age 18? Was
Now
he
you gonna
pro-life?
take Central Park 5.
I'm like this right here. I'm like this right here. If I'm
Whatever
only
he
gonna
needed
be,
to become to
That
get
was before he
elected.
knew everything about it.
That has
if I'm
nothing
only
to do
gonna be
with-
wrong one time in
I'm
life,
probably
I'm
gonna
fine with that. I can move on. From this
BJ, nobody
wrong
that
about
wants
Trump
a kid,
thing.
nobody that wants a kid to get the death sentence because of a rape,
Yeah.
not even a murder. Nobody that wants that is pro-life. You
No,
can't
no.
convince me that this man grew
No,
up
no.
at 40 or 50. This
You're
man
mo-
said what he had to say and changed his opinions to get where he needed to get. Period. He's a businessman, not a politician.
Ah, there you go. You changed his decision to
No,
get where he
Joe,
had to
You're
get.
more,
That
you're
sound
more
like life.
mad. You're more mad at Trump than you are at the prosecutor, the arresting
He
police
ran
officers,
at Times Square.
the judge, the arresting police officers,
BJ,
the
Trump had nothing to
prosecutor,
do with it. That was their
the
job.
central-
Trump had nothing to do with it.
the Central Park 5 parents, the nigga
Oh,
dad.
I'm
that
mad at
told
all
him
of
Now
them.
he blaming the
telling
parents.
people
Oh,
you
wow.
did it.
BJ, I'm mad at all of them, but I'm more mad at the politician that had nothing to do with it. He just involved himself,
He
took
wasn't a
money out of his
politician.
pocket, bought a Times Square ad to advocate for the
He-
death of young men that didn't do
he-
this crime.
He
That's
wasn't
what
a
I'm mad at.
politician.
Why would I be mad at the cop for doing his job? Yeah, he's fucked up. Yeah, he's probably racist. Yeah, this is that. But it was still his job. He was already in it.
He
Trump went
wasn't
out
a
of his way
poli-
to-
he
I-
wasn't a politician, Nora. And I'm not gonna
He
be
had
mad
a voice.
at this. I'm not gonna be mad at this white man that thought 4 or 5 black men raped and killed this white man and put out an ad or whatever he did. Because guess what? If it was 4 or 5 white men that did it to a black woman, I would be saying the same thing.
He wouldn't have ran that ad.
So this the problem, right? We want white people to do what we do or feel how we feel. They're white, we're black. Red birds don't fly with blue birds. That's it.
Don't clap for him for saving fetuses when he wouldn't save your son. That's it.
I don't need him to
Clap
save
for him
my
for
son.
saving
I gotta
the
save my son. I'm not looking to Trump or
If
no
it was
black
up to
man
him,
or
he
no
wouldn't.
black man to save my son. I gotta save my son.
Good dad, bad son.
But if you were in a situation where unfortunately it was out of your hands, you can't tell me that we're giving credit to this man for saving fetuses when you know his history has shown that he's treated black people as lesser. Whether in the renting the buildings, whether in that he
I
has.
don't-
He can pay for, he can pay for some abortions too.
I don't care about none of that because
We just care about the fetuses. As long as the fetuses become.
in the same sense where you say he treated black people this way, there's a bunch of black people saying he did this for them.
He campaigned with
There's
Jesse
a bunch of
Jackson.
black people, whether it was Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Oprah, they was all friends with him. He got a
Herschel
Nobel
Walker,
Peace
Herschel
Prize.
Walker.
He got
Go
a
ahead.
Nobel Peace Prize with Rosa
ahead.
Parks in him.
Uh-huh. All right. So Trump the best thing since sliced bread.
Fuck
All right,
no,
we
I'm not saying that.
I'm not necessarily a Trumper, Don, but
I'm
I
not
just know the
saying that.
facts. I just know
What's the
facts.
fact? What's the fact?
The Trump, the
What
Trump
do you do?
racism and devil worshiping shit
It's not true.
gotta stop.
It's not
Okay.
true.
All right.
And this comes
It,
from
it
other
gotta,
human
it gotta-
beings.
it gotta stop.
This comes from other human beings that was there with him during those times.
Because this and guess what?
What
Guess
about the
Nora?
black people that were with him that he wouldn't rent apartments to, and then on the applications he would put a B and put a W, so when they were evaluating the applications, they could know who to turn down by the initials that he put on the application. Y'all seem surprised.
never crossed paths with those
Did I
type
tell
of
y'all
people,
something
though.
y'all didn't know? Y'all
Guess
seem a
what,
little
Don?
shocked about that.
I don't care about how he ran his business.
Oh, so you don't care that he would not provide housing when he was in the housing business?
No.
Okay. All right.
No.
Well,
He
then,
didn't understand
well,
that.
then we
Yeah,
may well move on to the next
Because
subject.
Don, let me tell you this. Truth be told, if you own an apartment building, you ain't gonna goddamn give your apartments out to some of these niggas anyway. All these niggas just because they black neither. You not.
That wasn't what he was doing.
You
it
not.
was just whether or not you were black, period. You could have been able to pay, and you couldn't get in there. But okay. Like I said, if you believe that right there, then
If that's the truth,
no more debate.
so be it. I don't care about his business tactics. I don't.
Well,
I really don't.
Well,
You
if
know
you
what
don't
I'm
look at a person's behavior, you have no idea how to judge an individual. A person's character
No.
and what they do and their behavior means a lot.
You talking
Means
about
something.
okay? So
In
stay
business,
right
I think
there.
it's different.
His behavior means a lot, right?
Yes.
He's pro life, right? He's
We
pro-life.
guess. We don't know what he is because he said that's a tricky subject.
If he's
one day he is
anti-
and one day he's not. He don't really even say what he is. So
Who's he
while
sitting
you're
with?
sitting here standing on this podium saying he's pro-life, he's never said what he is.
if he's anti-abortion, he's pro-life.
Now, he hasn't said either way. He said one time he believed in 6 weeks, 8 weeks. That's not anti.
Let me ask you
That's
this.
not anti.
Let me ask you this, Don.
Anti is no, right?
Who has the most abortions in America?
I guess the Democrats.
Black women.
Okay.
Why do you think that is?
It's a bunch of reasons why.
Facts.
But the facts are the facts.
Okay.
Black
Okay.
women have the highest rate of abortion in America.
Okay. So they
We
want
agree
our
on
black
that, right?
women that are in poverty to go ahead and raise a child in poverty, so we can ask them for some more benefits.
Whatever the reason may be.
They're
I'm just
stopping our
asking.
population.
Whatever the reason may be,
I'm
black
just saying.
women have the highest abortion rate in America.
Well, it seemed to me that they would be all in favor then.
This white man
If they
that's
don't
a
care that much
racist,
about us.
this white man that y'all portraying a racist
I'm
is
not portraying anything.
is
I'm not portraying
pro-life.
anything. All right.
It's trying to stop
If,
abortion.
if being pro-life means you ain't a racist, then
It has nothing to do with this.
I don't even think the two even go together, but okay.
So Nora, you're gonna tell me that black women have the highest abortion rate, and this white racist man is saying I'm against abortion has nothing to do with racism?
He's depriving black women of the right to choose that they clearly have expressed that they desire. Black women want the
That's
right
crazy.
to get an abortion.
The right to choose to
Women
kill
don't
their
want to
baby.
choose.
Not giving up for-
BJ saying
not giving
BJ
up for
trying to say
adoption.
he
You
letting
think he's
more
trying to
black
save
people
black
come into the
women from
world so he
themselves?
can't be racist.
Trump, the white savior, is trying to save black women from themselves because they don't know enough to choose the right decision.
That's
Trump
crazy.
has to come in and tell them what to choose, and now he's like the advocate for black people because he's depriving black women of the right to choose.
I'm not saying he's an advocate for black people. I'm not saying that.
How is that good for black women? They want abortions.
Because if he stops the abortion, there will be more black babies.
I knew it. I knew that way you were going. He can't be against black people to let more black babies come.
If he stops abortion, there will be more black babies.
After a while, they're gonna be putting some more cotton out here for our black babies.
I think there would be less accidental baby mamas. I think that's what there would be less of. Less accidental baby mamas.
We'll be asking for more benefits that we can't get. All that kind of stuff too. We'll be asking for welfare, and we'll be talked about all of that kind of stuff. So when our black mothers that have to go down there and ask for a check every month, that you cut it back on, let them. So it's a good way to keep poverty rolling.
Never mind that this woman with no children, this fake black woman with no children,
fake black woman
is pro-abortion. Never mind that. She has no children, but she wants y'all to abort her kid, abort y'all children. She brings a mobile abortion clinic to her campaign.
So I'm just gonna say this right here. When we start talking about someone else's ability to have a kid, I think we need to be a little bit sensitive. She could have a medical condition where she can't have children, and we're acting like that was a choice. That we don't know. I think we probably need to leave that alone. Just because she don't have any kids, that was a good thing doing the politics and running for office. It was a good way to point at something. But in reality of it all, her womb could be damaged, and we acting like we could care less. She could be a.
I'm willing to bet that a woman that can't have kids don't want to kill kids.
Oh wow!
I'm willing to bet that. I'm willing to bet a woman that can't have kids.
Well, I can say this to that. There's no
children around,
but there's no
one. Witches wants to get rid of children.
But there's no 100% of anything. So while you're betting, you can't say 100% of women feel that way that can't have children. Not 100% of women.
Only
and I beg to differ. I beg to differ.
Okay, let's skip the abortion part. What about this whole homosexuality, transgender shit? Boys could play in girls' sports. Boys could go in girls' bathrooms because they identify as a girl. That's a Democrat thing.
Yeah, rub your head, Don. Rub that old forehead, my boy.
Okay, Trump came at that Algerian boxer. You remember the Algerian boxer that won the Olympics? That Trump kept coming at her in like 300 tweets talking about she's a man because she don't look feminine. and then the father had to produce childhood pictures, and he kept making these transgender allegations. Republicans have this transgender bug in their head now. They're seeing it everywhere. They can't get it out their fucking minds. And it's not true. The Algerian woman was a woman, and he took away all of. They were literally about to take her medal away because she looks too much like a man. She's a fucking boxer. Have you seen what any of these boxers look like? They all look like men.
Nora, the girl that
It's not everywhere. It's not as prevalent as you think it is. I don't see two transgender people every time I walk up and down the road.
The boxing community and the girl that she fought said she was a man.
She didn't say that. She actually acknowledged her win.
She was a man.
That because she knocked her out.
She was strong as hell. She knocked her out in a second, and this is a
Don't
really
blame
strong thing.
Trump. The whole world says she was a man, not just Trump.
Because of this mentality that transgender is a disease and they're everywhere and we can't hide
is
it.
a
The
disease.
Democrats are giving them
It is.
vaccines that make them.
It's a mental disorder.
It could be.
I don't even think this is a subject. You make the rules for whatever sport that is, and you just follow the rules. I don't have to care about any of that. If you're worried about a person being a transgender, you test them if they're transgender, and you don't let them play. So let the sport do what it does.
So you don't care about boys playing in girls' sport?
If the sport itself is not going to govern it, I can't govern it.
That's crazy.
I care, but I think Republicans are fear mongering. It is not.
I can't govern it.
Hey, I tell you what, Nora. Fuck the Republicans. Fuck the Democrats. Right? Let's get away from that. You as a human being, Donald. You as a human being don't care if boys are in women boxing.
I care, but I don't. I think it's being exaggerated, and accusing somebody of being a man because they knocked you out is crazy.
That's we're not even on that. I'm not even on that.
I'll answer the question straight up. Then I don't have no extra flowers behind my approach. The rule of the sport rules the sport. That's how I look at it.
And you don't want to govern it.
I'm not on the outside trying to tell a sport how to run itself. If they make a rule, they don't want someone.
Nah, Don.
What you want to know? Do I have a problem with it?
Yes, that's what I'm asking.
I don't think boys need to play against girls, and I don't think girls need to play against boys.
That's all I'm asking.
But if the rules say that they can, I'm with the rules.
Forget the rules.
What you think, Nora?
No.
I'm not. I'm against it. Already know. I'm against it, but I don't think it's that big of a problem as you seem to think it is.
If it ain't, it could grow into one if they let it be a problem. That's why the rule got to be the rule.
It's not a problem when you're not an athlete competing, but those was girls that lost in the swimming competition in college, or maybe the U.S. Olympic something, where she was very upset and she lost to a transgender man.
Yeah, I think
that's not fair.
It's not.
That's not right.
It's solve it with the committee. I can't.
It's just not right.
I can't solve it for you. Solve it with the committee. They don't give me a right to vote on that.
So my last thing, because these are only the three things that I really support Trump about. The illegal migrants. So y'all don't care that it's 20 million illegal migrants in America?
No, I don't care at all.
First of all, I don't believe it's 20 million. But here's the thing:
10 million.
And if it is, and you don't want them here, you can get them out. I don't care. I don't care one way or another. If you don't want them here, you can get them out. I'm legal. I'm legal.
I don't care one way or another.
Yeah, I'm legal, and my loved ones are legal. That's what I care about right there.
That's what matters.
So then, if you feel like you want to go do a roundup, go do a roundup. Go do it. You want to separate kids from their parents? Go ahead.
No, Don.
Do your thing.
They not separating kids from their parents. They kicking them all out together.
The whole family.
Okay. They gotta find them together first, y'all. They gotta find them together.
They kicking them out together.
Okay. Well, that would be different than the first time. That would be different than the first time. The first time they were snatching kids out of parents' arms.
That was Obama.
Putting them in pens.
That was Obama.
Okay. All right.
Can I bring a little positivity into the mix? I ain't even gonna ask BJ because I know he don't mess with it. But Will, Don, and Nora, Christmas is coming up. What y'all doing for Christmas? What y'all got planned for the holidays?
My brother's coming to visit from Boston.
Nora better not be celebrating no Christmas.
Yeah, we don't do Christmas, but my brother's coming to visit because he's off work.
Okay, nice.
That means we coming over to her crib and make it Christmas then. Since she said she don't do Christmas, we're gonna go over there and just turn it up. I'm gonna be with family. I'm from around this area, so I'm just gonna go home.
You do the Christmas tree and all that?
Yep. Eat good. Watch basketball all day.
Football trying to take over.
Yeah, well, I watch that too. Hey, I like you guys. 'Cause I miss Indiana and Notre Dame tonight. Who gonna play my Bulldogs?
Damn, the game over?
Well, hey, it's midnight. I hope so.
Damn, what's that score, yo?
I
Damn,
don't know.
Notre Dame, Indiana. Nah, they might still be rocking.
I'll be in New Orleans next week.
What about you, BJ? Even though you don't celebrate Christmas, what you doing for the holidays? Anything?
No, we having a little Christmas brunch at the crib, matter of fact.
That's dope. That's dope.
We having a Christmas brunch at the crib. But shit, man, we can wrap it up, man. I appreciate y'all. Nora, I had fun. Nora, you had fun?
Yeah, great.
I had
You
fun,
you
man.
won by 10.
Teflon Dawn, you had fun?
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's my man.
Notre Dame won 27-17.
Damn.
Oh, Indiana gave a little fight. They put a little fight up.
Yeah, they
Y'all
get ready
really
to
supposed
get
to be there though. Alabama supposed to be there, but y'all put a little fight up.
Notre Dame ain't never supposed to even be in there.
Nah,
I mean,
Notre Dame was definitely supposed to be
Indiana
there.
just because they were undefeated, they ain't play nobody.
It's midnight. Oh shit.
We appreciate you though, Nora, coming all the way from New York Cities.
Nora, you are our new spokesperson for Council Foreign Relations for sure.
New correspondent.
For sure. And everything else, because you held your own. You fucked Donald up.
Yeah, you did.
You got going crazy.
I don't mind losing to a lady.
That's a fact. That's
But
my
Don,
man.
you a whole goat though, bro. You a whole legend. You know what I mean?
Teflon Dawn, an old school player, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I'm just holding it in the road.
I appreciate you. Bert got to make me one of them hoodies, man.
Yeah, this is fly right
For
here.
real.
If I'm gonna be spokesperson, I gotta have one too.
You gotta, hey, if you feel
Nah,
it,
matter
it's
of
even
fact,
better.
That's a
what
fact.
color you want, Nora?
Blue.
I got you.
We're gonna fly that motherfucker up there. We
I
got
got you, Nora. Heard up. Appreciate y'all, man.
And
Take us
appreciate
out.
Talking
Will
about
as
flying me
usual.
nothing anyway. I live across town. They ain't say they gonna send me anything.
Damn, that is you got it. You with the maker. But shout out Will though. Not happy without Will, man.
He got
Big
my
shout out
hoodie.
to Will.
He
Fact.
got my hoodie.
Fact. Shout out Bert, man. Shout out Maine. We love y'all, man.
Shout out
Everybody
our
in the
sponsors.
chat. Shout out the Loud Cup. Shout out Mom Water. Shout out
Dad
Dad
Water.
Water. That shit good, man. Shout out my boy Book. It's right there from student to teacher. Y'all go check it out. It's a good read. We love y'all, man. Come back and see us next time. Good dad, bad son. We out of here.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace, y'all. Take us out, Will.
Yeah.